Welcome back to Russia Madness, session 29, entitled From the Depths. Last session, the group boarded their boat at the end of it and sailed off from Oostis, heading towards the Strait of Ordris to find the Pirate Lord and bring him to justice, or them. Nothing is known about the Pirate Lord. They do have a means of finding and treating with the Pirate Lord at this point, but they need to sail out to the Pirate Lord's lair, which is said to be a collection of ships bound together at the hulls to form kind of a star patterned, massive sailing vessel. That being said, um, it's a beautiful day. We're closing towards the evening time. I believe we did the long rest, wake up, take damage for Orlandis, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you can see, the crew is kind of as it is. I would presume that the people who are currently in bed would be the night owls, so to speak, which would be Asilius, Kieran, um, the Dwergar, your dwarf companion, sidekick, friend, ally, what's he called? Retainer. That's what it is. Um, Pedraig, who's a bit of a night owl, and then anybody else you think who might be down and out of it for now. I know that the people who would be on staff during this time, Morrison is in the crow's nest. It looks like he's kind of settled on the center pole there, and it would be the case that your quartermaster would be active during this time, but only for the first half as they do the night shift and kind of bleed into the morning time. And then everyone else that you can see is kind of available for you to utilize as crew. Um, what I would need to start, we've already handled our navigation to plan out our course. What I would like is for the captain to make a navigation tools roll with wisdom as the skill that you utilize. And if you want assistance, you could certainly get it, but it won't add advantage to the roll. It'll still be a straight roll. But if you'd like someone
Oh,
else to kind of lead off on the roll, you can certainly do that. Oh wow, okay. What the hell happened? Everybody's in the wrong space.
It's probably my fault. I'm sorry.
I believe it.
Am I better
A little.
and not as robot?
You are
you
no
don't sound
robot.
like you're communicating with Sputnik to play with us.
Well, that's good.
So,
Okay. I think I fixed it.
Orlandis, you can pass the buck,
Yes.
or you can roll yourself.
I'll roll it. I'll roll it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Navigator's wisdom, right?
Navigation tools, wisdom. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
I, for one, can't wait to crash into rocks right out of the gate.
Six. We gonna crash.
What'd you get?
I got a 6.
Okay. That's not the one I want, but whatever. We'll do it for now. Do you wish to, if you have anybody in the group who has inspiration, if anybody wants to spend inspiration?
What was the other roll? It's apparently not coming up on
19. Oh shit. Hold on.
Do you
Sorry.
have it on Whisper?
Yeah, I was testing out the
Okay.
spells earlier. That's why.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it me again?
My bad. My
Is my
bad.
internet blowing up?
It was
Um,
6 and 19. 19 being the one that
I'll spend
isn't.
my inspiration then.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay. So the 19, that will get you what you need. You feel confident that you are maintaining a good course, and you will be kind of going the right direction um, during the day. During the mid morning segment of the day, this again is not the song I was trying to click, so we'll just hold it off for a bit. You, as a group, feel like You're making good headway. So, again, about midday, close to noon. And you can see well up ahead, as you're kind of passing the western coast there, you can see the larger island of Ordris becoming larger. You're too far out yet to see the island directly kind of in your path and the massive dwarf bridge that looms over the strait. But at this point, you feel confident that you are going in the right direction using Ordris as your guiding star in a sense. That said, these positions that you're currently in and the NPCs are in are, if they're good for you, they're good for you. If not, go ahead and move yourself around on the ship if you'd like to put yourself where you would be, and kind of give us a description as to what you'd be doing kind of mid-morning pre-lunchtime.
I'd be playing with my shiny stone.
Okay.
And just to try to understand it as best as possible. Unless, like, navigating is, like, an all-day thing.
No. It's basically you just check up on it and just make sure that you haven't like fallen off course.
Okay.
The quartermaster or the first mate, probably the first mate later in the day, like after the first kind of morning bit, will be maintaining the wheel. But besides that, you don't have to take the wheel or not, or take the wheel if you don't want to.
Okay.
So, if those positions are good for you,
Can I chill in the... Okay, let me just...
you put yourself wherever you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna chill in the captain's quarter.
Cool.
In my seat.
All right.
I'll be on deck, swinging around a sword.
Okay. And Astrogoth?
I kind of just picture that he's probably playing a song while leaning, well, probably maybe not leaning against it, but hanging on the back end of the ship like that.
Okay. And yeah, Mikhail is back there, but seems to be kind of maintaining a bit of work regarding the rigging and making sure like the back sail is kind of maintained. You'd also notice that earlier in the day he kind of did some work around the cannon, just basically preparing it for usage if necessary, though it is not loaded with a fuel or a powder charge. It just has a cannonball in it. And then, as we kind of stated there, the quartermaster would be steering the questing Bonnie since no one else seems to be doing so. And what about you, Cassia?
I thought this had autopilot. Is that not? No? Okay. Cassia would probably be on one of the higher points of the boat here, just kind of looking out and around, since this would be the first time that she's been out on the water.
Okay. And what about Ravik? I had you kind of posted in the gun region.
Yeah, I am cleaning the cannons and getting them ready with Matthias.
Okay. Yeah, Matthias is probably setting up like powder charges, more or less, just basically preparing for, having ready stock to fire. At this point, you probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 shots, and that's per cannon. So it would be 20 shots total per cannon. All right. And then what about Lose? Oh wait, did we already? You said you were on the deck, right?
Yeah, on the deck, swinging a sword around, doing drills and stuff.
Okay. And then Orlando's sitting in the captain's chamber, the navigation room. I think. Did I miss anybody? No. Okay, cool. So Lose, and Castia, and Astrogoth, go ahead and make perception checks.
Okay. Nope.
Very focused in your drills. You're not really paying
Yeah.
attention to the sea or what's going on. You're kind of keeping your eyes on the ship level, so you're kind of maintaining kind of like a horizon lock so you didn't get too sick. And as the ship or the seas have been extremely calm, nobody's had to kind of make any seasickness checks yet.
Oh gosh.
And then we got 16 and a 10. Okay. Any augmentations to the rolls before I determine what results here?
Not unless you want to give me advantage, because I said Castria was scanning around, just looking at all.
Yeah, so I mean, you're still going to be able to see something. I mean, with a 16, so it's not a big deal. The thing that you see is the sea.
Son of a bitch! There's
Let's
water
see.
out here, guys!
What?
Oh!
Okay, so since no augmentations, what you notice as you're kind of staring around, you kind of look out ahead, looking at the Ordris on the horizon, kind of paying attention. You notice that there's a strange darkness in the water up ahead, and as you kind of look in at it more, as the boat seems to be heading towards it, you notice that the darkness in the water, the shadow, if you will, seems to be moving. It's very big. And it's basically going to be upon you before you really get a chance to kind of say anything about it. It seems to kind of envelop the ship, like in a sense that, like from above, if you were looking down at it, the ship would basically be coming over the shadow of whatever it is that it's beneath the waves. Morrison doesn't seem to notice it. There's no call out from the crow's nest. You're the only one who catches it. So once you're kind of riding over it, do you want to tell anybody about it or say anything aloud, or?
I'll probably call out to the quartermaster. Is it normal for there to be giant dark patches in the water?
Almost as if in an answer to the question you inquired towards the quartermaster, there's a burst of sea spray that erupts from the front of the ship and from the sides of the ship. A massive shark person leaps out onto the deck of the ship. As Losay spins around to face off against the creature, you can see that it stands somewhere around 16 feet tall. It has 4 arms and 2 legs, otherwise kind of a humanoid-like figure. Rows of teeth in its mouth, a strange-looking helmet made out of some sort of shell or something on its head, kind of a shape of a kraken in the center, and in one hand he wields a spear. In another hand he has what appears to be a rod or scepter. And then in another hand he seems to be holding some sort of holy symbol. He lands on the deck. And then in the middle of the deck land 2 more of these creatures, shark people, which some folk may know as Sahagin, land on the deck. These ones look like they are blade wielders. They seem to be wielding these very strange-looking, kind of almost whip-like swords. Once they land on the deck, the large one points to the closest person, which I guess would be Losay, and yells out, "Where is the elf? Are you the elf?"
I am an elf.
No,
Who is it you're looking for?
the elf. The ones the sea elves seek after.
Oh, you're the ones that we're trying to find. We're trying to sort this out for ya.
Where is she?
Honestly, I don't know right now.
Bring her here, or I will bring your ship down to the depths.
Alright.
Rude, first off.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's for all our pony.
He handled that way more politely than I
He'll
would.
step out of the way so you can
I
move
would.
down the steps.
yeah, she'll just be like, you mind stepping aside?
Paulton
she's
kind of moves off to the
not
side.
her right there.
It is,
Yeah.
but he's not looking there.
Yeah, she's going right past her, being like, can you help me a bit? And then,
to see you kind of moving towards her. Do you move to her directly, or do you try to make it look like it's not her?
oh, I'm moving towards the captain's quarters to get Orlandis.
Oh, okay.
And so, while I'm passing her, I'm saying, you mind helping me, lass?
Okay, and she is going to go with you. These two are kind of watching you as you're moving up, but they seem to be kind of focused on these two. The Beholderkin is kind of backing away, kind of floating towards the mast, and this guy is like reaching for like nearby on the deck. His sword is kind of like placed neatly and kind of tied to a bit of cord, so it doesn't fly off the ship or slide away if waves were to hit. But he sees them kind of appear and kind of starts moving for his sword, and this one kind of moves out towards him and kind of gets close enough to him to like threaten him. And so he kind of stops and doesn't grab his sword. And seems like there's a kind of standoff there.
Yeah. Over to them. Don't be fighting yet. We're trying to sort this out first.
She'll walk with you. He kind of walks out that way because he hears like Shahogan grumbling from the two swordsmen, and he says, "She's going to find," and then stops and goes, "The gold-haired one! That's her! I'm sure of it!" Kind of points at Delphine there.
Oh, this one. This is the one you're looking for.
Go ahead and make a deception roll. If you wish to kind of like try and get him off of the trail here.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for?
You say, "This is the one? Are you sure?" Kind of like questioningly. And he says, I'm pretty sure.
Well, let me double check with the captain real
This
quick.
voice
He'll
is
know
killing
for
me.
sure.
Oh, fine.
I just want to make sure everything's square.
Okay, good. I appreciate that, actually. He gives you 2 thumbs up from his lower hands. Okay, so you had...
She'll keep going. Oh,
Well,
is
yeah,
it
it goes
door
in
down
there,
here?
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I can't remember if it was up here or down
It's
there.
okay. It goes into
Is-
She'll give a nice, sturdy knock.
Well, you can walk in. There's no... Like, he doesn't...
Yeah.
Yeah,
shut the
it's
door.
not locked.
But still,
He's
it's
not...
Okay.
nice to knock. So she'll
Jessica.
give a nice sturdy knock and then go in. Orlandis, you're the captain and all. So we got some visitors and they're looking for the elf.
Ah. Okay, I will come. And then he just fucking
Sit.
rushes out the door.
Standing next to Lose is Delphine. So
The elf.
she kind of...
The elf.
Lose
The elf.
probably does like want to...
Looks sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes out. And then he sees the big ass fisherman,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Alright. Is he looking to become a shipwright?
He points towards you and says, "Where's the elf? Is that her?" And he's loud enough that you can hear him. It seems like his voice is actually louder through some sort of magic, like thaumaturgy.
Got you. Okay. So before we actually, like, get up to him, I'm just gonna whisper, are we lying?
Are we lying?
Yeah.
Delphine would
question.
kind of hear that and say, "These aren't servants of the sea elf. I don't know who they are."
Oh,
We're
that's very
lying.
good to know. Then we're lying. So then, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, she's already planning.
If she don't know who they are.
Well, now she has an excuse to do it.
As
True.
you approach, you will see that these two kind of turn on you and kind of look like they're kind of facing off against you as you approach. And you can see that they're doing so in kind of like a guarded measure to hold you on the back end of the ship. The Baron then kind of yells out over them, "Answer me! You do not need to approach!"
The elf you are looking for, what
No.
does she look like?
Her!
Yes, it was a woman, yes?
Yes!
Are you
The
sure?
Velvet's golden hair.
Absolutely.
Are you sure it wasn't a feminine man?
I'm certain.
Okay. What do they look like?
As you're asking these questions, the two swordsmen are kind of looking at you more angrily, but you'll note that Valen is, because he's got the attention turned away from it is reaching for his sword.
Okay.
Smart man.
What is? I asked what she looked like.
Blonde elf girl.
Is that it?
Is that the only one you got? He says, pointing at the at the blonde elf girl.
What, is he going to ask us to check the back soon?
You've toyed with me long enough. If you do not surrender her now, I will bring your ship down to the depths. I have the power within me. And Cassia, you're paying attention to everything. The dark form wasn't them. That shadow is still looming beneath your craft.
Hey.
Hmm. Hmm. I could make a really bold lie. Or I could tell them the truth.
Your call, man. It's all you.
Fuck it, I want to make a bold lie. This is not a woman! She has had many cosmetic surgeries!
Make a
Where's that
deception
Russian?
roll. It's also really weird.
I mean, if anything, you should get.
Her real hair's not blonde.
I mean, if
I
it's going to throw
said-
him off.
I
Could've
said a
said, like,
really
you dyed her
bold
hair.
Hey,
lie.
guys, you
It's
got her
very
hair blonde.
bold. That's why I'm giving you.
I said really bold. I wanted to go to
Yeah.
100 so I could throw them off.
Who do you think you are,
I
Vines?
think the only
What
thing
the
that
hell?
went to 100 would be the difficulty class. Go ahead and throw that check.
Alright, fuck yeah, we're gonna do it. 9!
Buddy.
He
He believes
Does
100%.
Bravik hear all this from downstairs?
Yeah, you definitely hear a
Hear him yelling
commotion.
about a blonde elf woman.
You do hear a commotion upstairs, yeah. So if you want to do something, I'll go ahead and let you have basically an action's worth of movement or whatever.
Please help.
Well, I was asking if he heard him shouting about, "Where is the blonde elf woman?"
Yeah. Do you want to do anything at all? Or movement? or-
Yes, I'm going to use my hat of disguise and turn into a blonde elf woman.
Okay. So you turn into a blonde elf woman. In the meantime, he's pointing the spear at Orlandis, and in reply to the very horrible attempt at chicanery, will raise up the orb and kind of hold it into the air and start kind of muttering something in this very strange tongue. And the ship starts to wobble, like from left to right, as the waves seem to be spreading out from the ship instead of like coming and like hitting the front of it. It seems like there's waves kind of emanating out from the ship. At that point, very massive tentacles spring up into the air, sending sea spray all over the place.
Oh no.
Did I order? Is it too late to order a Kuda burst?
Kudaverse!
We're not there yet.
And yeah, they are basically engaged in a combat mentality at this point. They are going to take her by force. So, if you wish to acknowledge that as a purpose or as a case, you may roll initiative. If you do not want to try and fight, you certainly do not have to roll initiative. I will explain though. It does look like as the tentacles come up, Balin's trying to use the subterfuge of the moment to get his sword free and impale the Sahagin in the back.
Oh shit. Oh dear. This is a confusing circumstance because I could either just let her go, but she said they don't work. They don't look like they work for the kingdom, right? That she's being hunted by.
She said they are not servants of the Seal Prince.
Yeah. Which is who she is tied to.
Yeah, we kind of have to fight. This is gonna be a real fight.
It
Though.
could be mercenaries that she doesn't know about, but it could be just a big all understanding.
True.
But
But they don't even know, like, can't even give us, like, an eye color,
yeah, you think they
a
would know.
name.
I just know that
They could
she-
just be really bad at their jobs. Maybe they're tired from fighting that swarm of flies.
Yeah. As you would be.
So
Never
I
go
don't.
down.
Well,
I
I
don't
was going to
know.
come up on deck and try to distract them, but
No, because we've shifted into an initiative. You said the thing that you were doing was changing into an elf girl.
yeah, I was going to come up and be like, "Hey, what's up? Another blonde elf? What?"
Hey. So the
Me,
The-
Grandmama, and Anastasia.
Would Morrison be able to take my initiative, or is he going with his own initiative?
So Morrison is like 40 feet in the air, or
Okay.
he's in the crow's nest.
All right. All right. So these two would get my initiative.
They don't want it.
Never mind.
Yeah, they are not combat sturdy enough to be supplemented by your feature. They can be directed,
Gotcha.
but they are not going to be because they are not getting separated from my NPC section. I'm just not going to do
Gotcha.
that because I don't want to have a headache.
That's fair. That's fair. So several things happen.
Yeah.
On my initiative, I got analyze. I think it was Battlefront Ship. And then Cask of Tactics doesn't really help me in this situation.
No.
I'm gonna look at the big dude, and I want armor class and total hit dice.
Armor class is lower than yours. Total hit dice is higher than yours.
Okay. Alright, and then I get to move either 15 feet, right? No, up to my speed, or a friendly up to their speed.
In your aura, yeah.
Is Ravik in my aura?
What's that?
Is Ravik?
downstairs?
Bravik is downstairs. Yeah, he's not in. You can't see him. So.
Okay. Alright. Oh, yeah, see in here.
I heard shouting, then look out the damn porthole to see a giant tentacle.
Yeah.
Got you.
There is a tentacle, and if you do the metric, it is right outside the porthole. That's correct.
Alright. Then I'm gonna give it to Lose.
What am I doing?
You could move up to your speed if you want.
I'm gonna move right here to this guy.
So strong. Okay. And then fuck it, I will do direct the strike on Lose.
Oh wait, and not provoke opportunity attacks? Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't read that part. I'm gonna move here then.
Okay.
Okay. I will not give her direct the strike though.
I'm sorry.
It's
That would've been
okay.
really cool though.
Can I give the NPC direct the strike or no?
Yeah, Valens will take it.
Alright, so yeah, I'll give him direct strike and he gets a bonus if he hits of +2, I think. Yes, +2.
Okay, 1 second here. This was Valen. Oh, wow. I'm so silly. Okay, hold on. No. Yes.
Maybe.
All right. So I just need to make sure if he's rolling out loud or not. He will be. Okay, good. All right. He pulls his sword, which is kind of like a thin blade gladius style weapon, which will count as a rapier for the purposes of the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
15 will miss. So as you kind of yell out to him, it kind of actually causes the Sahuagin to realize the attempt. The blade is drawn free, and in a flash of steel kind of rushes forward, but you watch as the Sahuagin kind of like pulls the blade and kind of like a backhand stroke, just knocks the rapier astride. Kind of now bearing down on Balin in kind of a menacing fashion. Anything else,
Mhm.
Orlandis?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move right here.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Moving in between the Sahuagin and the shipwright. Got it. Lose, you're up.
Okay. So you have them there. And there. Oh, fuck.
Date. That's one movement.
It's a lot of stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the far square or the closer square?
What are you saying?
To how do you do that?
Do what?
I'm clicking on the
Uh,
ruler and then right click whenever you want to turn it.
It doesn't do that for me.
Oh.
It just moves the map whenever I right click it.
Sorry.
It's okay. Oh my gosh. Well, fuck. I'm gonna fight this guy then.
Well, I mean, if you want to get to the Baron, you can. It's 30 feet of movement.
Oh,
It
okay.
is?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
So I thought you couldn't go through this. My
You're not
bad.
going through it, you're going around it. It's not super
What are
massive.
you guys doing?
Gotcha. Okay, now it's not letting me do it now.
That's
What the
weird.
fuck?
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna fight the Baron guy.
Okay, you rush forward.
Yep. And we're gonna two-hand this. Oh,
Okay. Second attack, go
19.
ahead.
8.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
Alright. So Lose rushes up the steps, engages with the Baron creature, and attacks. First attack parries with the spear. Second attack, he tries to kind of hit away with the holy symbol, but you manage to get it into his wrist, kind of catch him off guard a bit. Astrogoth.
My first thought was to cast invisibility on the elf that they're looking for.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that would be a good idea.
It's your
Not
call.
a bad idea.
Sure, it's not. It's a good idea, but I mean they already know it's her.
Yeah, but if they don't know where she is, then
That's
Yeah.
also true. Yeah.
She can at least get
invisibility
downstairs.
is a touch spell.
Oh, it is. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. You can move
Good thing
to
I know
her.
parkour.
Yeah, you can move to her.
Hardcore.
It would just be a simple drop down. I would allow for it. That'd be fine. And just to see if you hit the ground kind of on your feet or falling prone, make an acrobatics check.
Parkour.
Do I know parkour? Let's see.
You got it.
I believe.
Acrobatics, you said?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So you kind of rush down the steps, kind of looking like, to the side of the tentacle as it kind of like coils, and then kind of jump onto the rail, use it to kind of like buffer your fall so you don't drop straight down 10 feet, kind of like using it to hold down, and then drop to your feet behind. With your long bugbear arms, you're able to kind of get pretty close to the ground anyway. Once you hit the ground, you kind of just bring up your hand in a slapping motion while uttering the spell. Touch her, and she becomes invisible, if that's the plan.
The only thing you miss is that I look absolutely
Oh.
fabulous while doing it. But
Yeah, as you kind of
The
flare
billowing.
over the
Yeah,
rail.
Don't you have that?
billowing cloak.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Don't you have that?
The jacket billows. The cape, which is made out of peacock feathers, it billows by proxy. So like it's just this flare of just everyone look at me, and then
Oh my god,
poof.
that's so fucking
Is-
cool.
Is the verbal component for the spell caw?
I don't know. For some reason, I just imagine the verbal component for all my spells just being skadoosh for some reason. But
Good douche.
Okay.
Just with various
like from Kung Fu
inflections.
Panda.
Do you have any bonus
Yeah.
actions you want to throw?
Yeah. No, I do not.
Okay. And you have concentration now on invisibility, which is an hour-long duration. Okay. So it will go to the crew. So she will maintain a hold on the wheel. It does look like she is trying to utilize the wind to try and maneuver away from the Kraken tentacles, but what you're noticing is that the Kraken tentacles seem to be kind of undulating and kind of moving alongside with the ship, which is very strange to watch. If you have nature trained, you automatically understand what might be happening here. A Kraken there's a number of different types of Kraken in the seas. It's a name that refers to multiple different types of creatures. If this is a kind of traditional mindset Kraken, there are two tentacles that are being utilized underneath to basically paddle the creature as it moves along with the ship. So she's maintaining the wheel. Valen will attempt again to strike. He swings again. It looks like the creature has basically taken him as the enemy and will basically bat the attack away again. Ikontheth is not, it's probably not his name, honestly. I might have just said it wrong, as I will have habit to do. Is not much of a combatant and will basically kind of fly to about here, drop and descend down, and then kind of like breathe out, grab the metal posts of the frame of the deck, and just drag his body downwards, kind of like gritting his teeth. And it seems like he just kind of like a deflated balloon, just kind of into the bars of the things, pipes down into the second level of the ship.
Good for him.
So they're like cats where they don't have bones?
So Beholder can kind of have a strange internal nature. There isn't much in the way of bones. They're not like floating skulls. They do have skull structures, but like they're not solid.
Gotcha.
They're more fragmented. So like if you ever look at like an eye tyrant or something, like it's like plates around like a ghostly kind of center.
All right.
Also, he's small and he can squeeze through a tiny hole, and that's what happened.
All right.
Then Paulton will kind of pull himself away from the deck, not even noticing the tentacles. And he might have been vomiting in that direction, like at the start of it. Kind of looks to Losey and says, "You fucking get him!" and kind of points at you. You get a bardic inspiration, which from him will be a D6 from him, and he will then use taunt. He says, he points at the Baron. "What the fuck are you even doing here, you idiot? You can't fight us, stupid. You're not going to be able to beat Losey, let alone me, idiot." And then he'll make a wisdom save in response. Which he will fail.
Fucking stupid.
Oh.
Vicious mockery.
No. It's called Taunt, and the Taunt ability, it's a charisma saving throw. The Taunt ability just grants disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws until the Bard's next turn. It's an NPC Bard, not a real boy Bard. He can cast Vicious Mockery, he's just using Taunt instead. That's a bonus action. No, I can't do Taunt and that. So then that was Vicious Mockery. He still failed to save, so it's the same effect, just minus a 2d4 damage. Someone roll me 2d4 so I don't have to.
Okay.
Great.
Oh.
You got the 4 there.
Before.
So he'll take 4 psychic damage. Alright.
Damn, that was stupid.
Morrison will draw has already had his Arbalist in hand moves, and to give you kind of an idea of what we're looking at regarding Crow's Nest. Oh god, it did it again. Oh god.
Crow's Nest tomfoolery.
Oh god.
I believe in you.
The boat will vanish.
Oh god.
There it is.
Okay.
That Kraken's too
Yay.
powerful.
So that's what it looks like with the Crow's Nest. So as you can see, he's kind of up there. He will move. He is positioned to defend the captain over the first mate, so he is more focused on the blade user than the Baron, and he will shoot.
My hero.
Academia. What?
He's going to attack he's going to bonus action double shot, so he'll special load the crossbow with 2 crossbow bolts, point down and fire. And my stuff is going to show that misses. So 2 crossbow bolts slam in unison into the deck right in front of the creature. And he kind of says something like cursing to himself as he prepares for the next shot. That is... Oh, Mikhail. Mikhail will jump down, move to the quartermaster, and kind of hold up a defensive posture as he draws 2 knives. One is a combat knife. Looks like it's got a knuckle duster with like a pointed blade and kind of like a stub cap. And then he draws a karambit in the other hand, kind of like putting them up like this in almost like a tavern brawler posture. Let's see. That's everybody on top. Matthias will, looking outside, seeing the tentacle, move to this cannon, and as an action, he will load it with a charge. That is his turn.
Oh, that's right. We have cannons.
Those people are asleep. These people are on break and are not really hearing anything in the quiet of the dining room. And Michelle is in the underneath of the deck, is also unaware that stuff is happening. Okay. To the Baron's team. Aggravated at being kind of stabbed lightly, the Baron will attack. For his first attack, he is going to try and push you away from him. So you can either make an acrobatics check or an athletics check.
We're gonna do
DC 16.
acrobatics.
Okay. So he kind of drops down to your level, his face kind of like getting into your face, and then kind of shifts forward with like his shoulders that don't have the spear. He hits you and slams you down, so you fall prone. And the second you kind of hit the stairs, kind of sliding back a little bit, but not out of his range, he'll just stab down with the spear 2 more times.
Jesus.
And when I say spear, I mean trident, obviously, because obviously a fish person. They'll both hit. The first one will do 11. The second one will do 7.
Oof.
And you are currently the prone. All right.
Yeah.
Prone.
He is done, but his swordmen are not. All right. The weapons, known as wave cutter blades, which we'll learn more about soon. If you've been watching the Sunday game, they did have one for a while.
Everyone had one for a while too.
Yeah, that's true. They are fun. But he is going to try and cut Balin in 2. And unfortunately for him, he succeeds. So you'll watch as Balin gets hit across the chest, a massive line of red slamming onto the deck. He falls to the ground. The second attack and third attack, the second attack misses. The third attack kind of strikes him across the neck. So he is dead.
Oh shit.
Yeah, NPCs
Damn.
don't get 3 death saving throws.
Yeah.
Unless I valued them at a higher tier than just general NPC. And there are only 3 members of your crew who have that provision that are not your crew, or that are not your team.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other guy is going to go for Orlandis with the wave cutter.
That's okay. You don't have to.
So the weapon is very strange. You kind of like, immediately kind of pull up your defenses. And I don't remember you ever saying you drew your sword or donned your shield in the midst of any of this, so you don't have
No.
them. So
No.
as the blade comes in, you kind of raise your gauntlet up and kind of cross block. It kind of hits and kind of sweeps like this and just kind of narrowly misses your face as you kind of push it back. And then the second attack, you kind of turn about, so you just use the back of your plate to kind of catch it. And what you're realizing is the strike is more like a whip than like a sword. It does seem to cut like a nice line across your armor, but you're in heavy enough armor that it doesn't seem to be getting into the grooves to catch your flesh.
Okay.
And yeah, so all 3 of its attacks will miss.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And that is it for the Sahuagin. Also on the Sahuagin's turn, the Kraken tentacles start kind of grasping at the ship. The one on the top right will lash. The one on the top left will lash. The one on the middle will rock the boat, which means the other side of it will have to rock the boat. The one on the bottom left will flounder, which means it does nothing. Sorry, it's a random roll. And then the one on the bottom right will rock the boat, but it can't because the opposite side floundered. So it will attempt to rock, but not rock. So we got 1 lash coming at Paulton, 1 lash coming at no one. All right, the lash at Paulton will hit. Looks like he takes about 12 damage from the attack. Then the two in the middle will rock. So, everybody who is on the ship, there's no save involved here, just good old-fashioned physics. You are slid, or pulled more precisely, towards the edge of the ship, 2 spaces, towards the nearest tentacle. By the Salvin, do not move. Even though she's invisible, she's still affected. You are not invisible, so you are affected. And it's the nearest that you can be pulled towards, not the nearest to you in direct movement. Because again, up and then over wouldn't work for you. Castia, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. DC is 8. Okay. Nobody's spending inspiration.
I don't have any.
I don't have
Hi.
fun.
I
Fall
haven't
in.
cracked enough jokes for it.
Okay, so you fall into the water.
No.
You're falling about
shit.
20 feet, so you'll take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the water. All right. And then the last 2 didn't do anything. Oh yeah, Mikhail needs to move.
Can Castia swim?
She's never tried.
She
Raven.
went for a month ago.
Oh no.
Foxen, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna move into the room and I'm gonna start shouting, "What up, you louts! We're under attack!"
Okay. Go ahead and roll me 5d20.
5d20.
That's a lot.
Only 5d20.
Okay. You yell. That's a free action. Doesn't look like there's much stirring going on. The ship's moving, though.
Again, gonna kick this guy.
So as your action, you're going to basically try and rest him awake. Okay.
Yeah.
He will arise groggily. He will be on the initiative at the end of this turn and will be surprised during the next initiative round. Do you wish to remain there, or are you moving back out?
I'm gonna tell him to wake the rest of them up. I'm gonna come back outside.
Alright.
I can go back to the cannon.
Okay.
This
Cassia.
cannon's not. I already used my action, right? So I can't use it.
Yeah, your
Can't
action
fire.
was to rest him awake.
Okay.
Cassia?
I'm assuming the shadow of the boat doesn't count as dim light, huh?
It does. Yeah, you're in the shadow of the ship. The light.
All right. Well,
It-
I guess we're gonna get a little wild then. Hold on, let me find the button.
Okay. As a bonus action, when you are in dim light, you can magically give yourself a fly speed equal to your walking speed for 1 minute. So yeah, you gain a flying speed and kind of just dash up out of the water. The second you kind of enter light, which would be at the railing, does it lose it, or do you just maintain it?
It doesn't say anything about what happens in that.
As a bonus action during your turn while you're in dim light or darkness, you can magically give yourself a flying speed equal to... You can use this bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. Oh yeah, it's just the activator, so you can fly for a minute. That's great. So yeah, you fly up and land next to Mikhail, if you'd like. That's 25 feet of your movement if you do so. Or you can fly over top of him and land behind him.
Yeah, we'll do that. And then, as far as the whole Kraken situation, you said the big dude had some orb that he was muttering something to before the Kraken kind of erupted. Would I have any kind of arcana knowledge as to that being like a magic item that's controlling the Kraken, something that could be dispelled, or...
If you'd like to use your action to try and discern what is happening here, you certainly can. It will be a disadvantage due to you being as far away from the orb as you are.
Okay. With that in mind, instead, I will... I am going to instead go with. Let me see. Sorry, I was not expecting to end up in the water, so not having my movement is
It's kind of making me sad, yeah.
Fair.
And you don't actually have to land on the ship.
So you could be just hovering at this
Yeah,
point.
so you won't be
Yeah.
shifted around
You're
when we start
levitating.
shaking the boat.
Yeah, I think I would still levitate, but I want to be in this area
Okay.
still, as opposed to free floating next to tentacles.
Near McKenna.
Yeah. I am, I guess, just gonna drop a moonbeam on the big dude.
Okay. Go for it. And just because we're moving in current terms with Baldur's Gate mentality, go ahead and roll damage. I'm going to make my save here.
PG-3.
How progressive.
Okay. So I'm going to move yours to the back so I can grab my Saugan. He will take half. All right. Castia done?
Yes, with some sick ass wings, but that's it.
Dope. Yeah, if you want to tell us like how like the mystical power of night like manifests in this specific feature.
Yeah, I think when she emerges from the water, it's just these faint, silvery, like ethereal-looking wings that aren't very substantial, especially once they get back in to the sunlight, but the same sort of like density and color as all of those spirits that were swarming around during the spiritual guardians.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Nice.
And probably similar in, well, probably not in intensity as the moonbeam, but a similar kind of coloration as
Yeah.
Lightwise. Okay, gotcha. Castia done. Moving to Orlandis.
Okay. Okay, so I was wondering, I would have to go this way in order to get to him, right?
Yeah, you can get 30 feet there. That's fine.
Is that on him or no?
Yeah,
No, right?
that is.
Oh. Okay. No, I was wondering if it. Can I see the orb that he has? That
Everybody
orb
can see
thingy?
the items he's holding. He's got a trident, he's got an orb, and he's got a holy symbol.
Everyone wants
He
to
lifted
see
the orb in the air and then said something in Saugan, and then the tentacles popped up out of the water. And that's when
Okay,
the fight
well-
started.
I was asking for because I want to use my new spell Rip Apart on it
Okay,
to see if it works.
cool. Don't worry about rolling anything for Rip Apart. The item is
Okay.
indestructible.
Indestructible, poopy doopy. Okay,
You tried.
I did.
Matters.
I
And
did.
If
And
you have
then
Arcana, that would mean something, but you don't, so you don't.
I don't. Yeah. So as I'm there, that's my action. Then I'm gonna use bonus action to give. Let me see who's nearby.
Looking at it up close as you move up to him, you'll look at it. It appears to be made out of like some sort of greenish colored metal. It looks like it has very strange kind of aquatic looking glyphs that have been like bore upon it. And at the top, it looks like the glyph that's been drawn at the top is kind of an 8 tentacled thing, kind of like grasping the top. And then where a nub would be or a cross would be on like a holy orb, there instead is like the head of a squid.
That's metal. I like it. I'm gonna give inspiring word to Losay because I think she's the only one that can get it. Really.
Yeah, she was knocked down and then slid into a corner.
Looking for this spell. Where the fuck is it? Okay, sorry. You get 8,
All right.
and then that's it.
Lose.
Okay. I am going to use my part of my movement to stand up. That was the wrong button.
Oh, one second. Sorry, I just remembered something narrative I wanted to do. Orlandis, you rush up, shield in hand, kind of yelling an inspiring word back at Losay, holding the red stone. or sorry, the not redstone, pointing it at the Saugan as like magic appears around the orb and kind of tries to break it, but doesn't. The oh, that you ran up and touched. Oh,
Yeah, it's a touch
oh
spell.
no, that's interesting. I guess I never. You didn't make a spell attack.
Oh,
It wouldn't have mattered. So
Okay.
let's say it did.
Sorry.
It did hit, just because I'm lazy. It didn't do any damage to it.
yeah.
Um,
Also, the Sahagin that I ran away from gets an attack of opportunity. I forgot to say that.
that is true. Let's do
My bad.
that. He would have missed.
Yes. Okay, cool.
There are 3 kind of like sharp cuts on the back of your plate, but it didn't get through.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Okay, so he sees you touch the orb with your Xeric stone, and kind of looks at you and says, "Star stones. I'll peel it from your dead fingers when this is over." Low save. Sorry, it wasn't super necessary, but
It's
It's
okay.
all right.
I like it. Narrative, baby.
Yeah. All right. So.
Be sure to tell him it's cursed.
Yeah. Make sure you- Actually,
you can have it.
trade.
What's that? You
Girl, you take the stone.
still want to fuck with us and not go to that place the stone
Yeah,
wants you to go?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then he falls over dead. This is a great strategy.
Good.
Why I gotta lose my stone?
Good job,
my
Orlandis.
stone's
You
special.
can take it back afterwards.
Yeah.
We'll have to find him.
As the
but, you know.
Beastie Boys said, I'll sabotage.
This is white enough for both of us, right?
Yes.
Perfect. And then we're gonna do a little bit of our normal.
Stab. 15 will miss.
Cabin?
Can I use my Bardic?
Yes.
Sick.
Oh yeah, D6.
Oh my god, I'm clicking all of. I hate this new.
Oh, yeah. he got
Did you? You added the
Yeah.
bonuses, right?
Sorry. 17 hit?
17 will hit.
Ah, bless. 12.
Okay.
And then we're gonna throw another one out. 23. That's
Good.
what we like to see. And 11.
All right. He is bloody.
Elizabeth,
What?
doesn't it get a +3 to attack?
What?
The
Oh, yeah, you
the
haven't added
sword?
it in. It's a +3 weapon now.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
It's okay. I forgot
I
a whole bunch
see
of shit.
+1.
It's okay. So it's plus 4 more with both attacks. So that's fine. Okay. So he takes damage from the blade. He's bloodied a little bit more so than he was when we had math before. But yeah, solid hits. Anything else?
No, because he's not. The only thing that I've seen is he. Yeah, he's not. Okay, we're good.
Yep. Astrogoth.
Guess I'm gonna do that. Do.
Hell yeah.
Here? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Do that, dude.
Also, DM, it's an action to don the shield, right?
It would be yeah.
Alright, so yeah, still no shield.
Oh, whoops! I meant that. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. Those will both hit the blade. Oh no, sorry. The first one will hit the blade guy. The second one won't.
All right. If you want me to roll again for damage, I will. Otherwise,
I'll
since
take
that
the
was
8.
the first. Okay.
Okay. And then any movement or bonus actions?
Nope. I am fine where I am.
All right. It'll go to NPCs. She is going to rush back to the wheel and grab a hold of it, looking at Mikhail, and says, "Go help him." And points down in Astrogoth's direction. Mikhail will move to here, and then he will jump up onto the rail,
Slide down like a pirate.
and then he will jump
He's so cool.
like so.
God damn.
Hold on a second.
That's what parkour is.
Yeah. Shut up.
Where is his? But why though?
Does he do flips midair?
No. He
Doesn't matter. His cloak's not billowing.
he
That's
dives.
true.
He dives outwards, and he's got the daggers like this. He kind of inverts them immediately in the air and catches a hold of a rope. Then uses that momentum to kind of fly out to Astrogoth in front of him, kind of like up and over him. When he lands, he then soldier rolls towards the Sahuagin.
That's still pretty cool.
But for some reason, his character sheet has disappeared from my stuff. What is happening here, Roll20?
I think it just means
I
he
guess
was-
I mean I can pull him
It's
back.
so cool he one-shots the guy, right?
can
He's
pull
so
him.
powerful.
I can pull him again, I guess. That's just weird that he fucking. I pulled him and he disappeared. He's trying to hide from me.
Coward.
Gotta keep his stats a secret.
Mikhail was never a coward. Like, Kevin played him very aggressively.
Yeah, he really did.
It's the
He was
best.
always down to fight.
Best way to describe it. Like,
I was just saying because he's hiding his stats.
oh, got you. I found him. Okay, cool. So he is going to, after all of that movement, go in with the combat knife.
God damn.
He will miss, and then he will go with the Dragon Tooth Karambit. He will miss with that. That's actually pretty much on brand for
Mikhail, what the fuck?
for me, not for fucking Mikhail. When he was rolling it, he would never fucking miss. He was a
Jonathan, what the fuck?
He was an all-star. I'm ruining him by playing him.
Do the accent.
Neither could Kevin.
That's true. That's true. It's actually on brand.
Halthen will move there, and then he will cast Heroism on Lose. He'll do so at second level, which means he'll target Orlandis as well. So you cannot become frightened, and you gain temporary hit points, the amount of which will be 3 at the start of each of your turns.
I get 3, Love say you still got the 8.
Yeah.
Unless, do they stack? No, right? Okay, alright, yeah. Yeah.
Because it's temporary hit points, right?
Correct.
Great. Okay. But if I lose the 8, then I can start.
At the start of your turn, you'll gain 3. Yep.
Alright, that's cool. That's cool.
And that'll last for a minute. Okay. He is done. Morrison will try and shoot down. Now that Orlandis has changed targets, he loads double shot and will shoot down at the Baron. Will hit.
Fuck yeah.
For 14 damage.
Nice.
Pretty fucked up. And then Matthias will pull the trigger on this cannon. You watch it slam into the tentacle and rip off a decent chunk of it. The tentacle then immediately, kind of like bleeding, just in agony, kind of slaps around and then descends into the waves.
For him.
Good shit.
The loud boom of the cannon, Ravik kind of makes you kind of like, for a second, just kind of, oh. And then you look to the Matthias, and you can see him speaking, and he says, "Do the other one!" And you kind of hear it through the ringing of the cannon shot.
Is
I-
Ravik...
Assume at this point that everybody's awake and is going to come out of their damn.
So the
hiding.
cannon firing will have caused everyone to become conscious. But like I said, the guy you woke up is acting this turn, but he's surprised.
Oh, I'm talking about the people on break in the
They
frickin'
will
mess
be
hall.
awake, and during the next turn, they will be surprised. The people who are awake, yeah, they'll be coming out trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, for sure.
Does Ravik's disguise just give him, like, elf ears and a blonde wig? Or is it, like, full-on...
It's a
I
habit.
look I look at a full
Looney
on.
Tunes.
Okay.
The guy I woke up started like, who the fuck was that?
So that will actually cause them to get up and come out and say, "What's going on?" And get acknowledgement. The cannon shot will cause her to descend down down the ladder, kind of move towards the door and stay with them. For those who are watching, just to be sure, we're looking at these three coming out and inspecting here, and then everyone in here is awake. He has been surprised for this turn, so he'll be able to get up out of bed and kind of get moving during the next turn. But everyone else will be surprised during the next round. And Michelle is making his way up to the steps, but is not able to get up until next turn. So he'll be here-ish. Okay, cool. That's a lot of NPCs. We're going back to the Baron. The Baron will kind of just pull the orb back down. You see him very quickly and deftly switch the orb with the holy symbol, and that's like on those forearms, that side. Raise the holy symbol up and start saying something in Sahuagin. You very quickly understand. There's just this second nature to you, Orlandis, that you don't really get, but you understand that he's casting a spell, and he does so. And you watch as he casts the spell Heal on himself.
Ooh, okay. Wait, so I get when people are casting spells now?
Evocation specifically, yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, and then the swordsman. This one here will slash at Mikhail. First attack misses, second attack hits. I'll use my reaction before I know the damage to uncanny dodge. Okay, and the third attack misses. Okay, cool. So Mikhail will take some damage. It doesn't look like it catches him too hard, from what you're seeing. Astrogoth looks like he kind of just nimbly avoided it and only caught like a bit of his arm instead of like full on catching him with the whip. So he'll take 7 instead of 14. All right, and then the other swordsman will defend his master. I'm going to attack Orlandis in the back again.
No.
3 attacks.
No. No.
Right. So
Don't
the
hit
first
me.
one misses, second one will hit.
Okay.
The third one will miss. Your AC is 18 right now, right?
Yes.
So then you'll be taking 17 slashing damage. So the first one hits against the back. He then kind of raises it back around. It catches the back of your neck. And then the second or the third attack, because you're kind of like dropping low, it catches the helmet instead of the head again.
Okay. No, that's 14. Okay.
Baron done. Ravik, you're up. So as I mentioned, the cannons have cannonballs in them. They do not have charges in them. To load a charge is an action. To load a cannonball is an action. So basically, in actual cycling, it'll take 3 turns. It'll be load cannon, load shot, fire. Load cannon, ball, load shot, fire. Load cannon, ball, load shot, fire. You get the sequence?
So he has to load shot and then
I
fire.
thought I would have had them prepared already. Okay.
No. You have a cannonball in. You do not put solid charge in a cannon until you're ready to.
Yeah, that would be real dumb.
You're literally just loading a gun that could, spark because of static.
All right. I'm gonna load into this one then.
Okay, so you grab a cannon, or you grab a powder charge, and you put it in, and you get ready to light the fire and ignite it, which is the last action you need to take to shoot it, and it'll shoot at that point. But yeah, there's a cannonball already in it. So,
I
Okay.
have a question.
yeah.
If you have extra attack, does that affect the attacking property or no?
Of the cannon?
Yeah, like can you load and then okay.
Because you're not using it as a weapon. It's the use object action, which for Thief Rogue, you could do a bonus action to do one of the use object portions, which means that they're good cannoneers. But for this purpose, your action is use object, and so that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. The aiming portion is assumed in the firing, so if you're shooting at a target, I typically will have you make an attack roll, but for the purposes of this fight, just to simplify the process, they're right outside. You're literally point blank shooting them.
Okay.
there's no way you can miss the tentacle.
Big.
You
Yeah.
want to bet? I could miss.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so sorry. Yeah, Jonah
Yeah.
could miss.
That's why you're not the gunner
Cannoneer.
though.
Okay, Bravik,
Yeah,
solid.
we're the cannoneer.
Castia,
Yeah.
you are up.
Do you want me to do moonbeam damage now? Again?
So yeah, it's at the start of your turn, or is it the start? It's at the start of their turn. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
but
should've
you had
taken-
me do it
I should
right
have
at
taken
the
it on
beginning.
his turn, but I will say, unless you were able to roll over a 30, he was going to heal right after it. Let's see if you roll over a 30. Didn't happen. Okay, so he's fine.
It was close. It was close.
Positionally,
Okay.
we're identical to where we are.
Okay, I'm going to float over into this direction for a move action and then spiritual weapon
Okay.
on the one in front of me. I'm just going to roll the damage and I'll put the icon out after
Okay.
doing other stuff here.
And you're going for this guy here.
Correct.
That'll miss.
Okay, and then as as my regular action, I'll drop Sacred Flame on him.
Okay. Dex save from him.
Sacred flame.
He nails it. So basically, he's kind of moving the blade around him, and it's kind of whipping. As the spiritual weapon kind of tries to dart in, it kind of catches it, knocks it astride. As so, he's blocking Mikhail's daggers, kind of keeping distance from the shorter kind of reach individual. And then as this moonbeam descends out and hits the deck, he just kind of leaps back, and it seems to be winding up for his turn. Orlandis.
Yes. Okay. I actually have a question about Twin Flame.
Okay.
This spell.
Sure.
When I make a melee spell attack, it uses my stats and not the person that I'm using for the Twin Flame.
Make a melee spell attack against a creature.
Okay.
So,
So
you're
yeah.
making a melee spell attack.
So I'm gonna use Twin Flame.
Who's your target ally?
I'm gonna use Losei because she attacked last turn,
Okay.
and I think she's the only one I
You
can
watch
use.
as, let's say, a duplicate of you, identical to you in every way except made out of fire, appears above the deck, coming down with the blade. So go ahead and make an attack, Orlandis. Again, there's no magical modifiers or anything. It's just a...
Yeah. It's a 9. It's a 9.
Yep, so you watch as it misses, kind of catching its blade in between the rails, and then immediately kind of just turns into a small bit of heat, and then descends into just like a small vapory kind of shift of the air, and then disappears.
Okay. And then you said I forgot his name, but you said he was like 40 feet up, right?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. And Losei still
Actually,
has temp page.
Let's do some math. Height of a crow's nest on a sailboat.
I feel like that's about right.
Most clippers have. This is not a clipper.
Yeah.
Look up a caravel.
Yeah. It looks like it'd be about 40. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, for a
So then-
galleon, it's like 120.
I'm going to give inspiring word to Mikhail
Okay.
as soon as I find it. He gets 7 temp HP.
He loves it.
And then that's it. That's my turn.
Orlando's done. Losei, you are up.
Alrighty.
Orlandis, remember you gained 3 temp HP this turn.
At the start of your turn.
All right. Thank you.
We're gonna do the usual again.
And Losei, if you don't have your temporary hit points, you'd gain 3 as well.
I still have them.
Oh, didn't you take damage?
I didn't hear that I took damage.
Oh, I'm crazy.
Not since I gave it to her. She didn't take damage.
Oh, gotcha. Because I knocked her. Yeah, that's right. 16 will hit.
Okay. 8. And
Okay.
then
Hit.
hits
Okay.
15.
All right.
Did you add
Oh
the
wait,
plus 3?
I didn't.
That's a total of plus 4 more. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you go into your character sheet there, and there should be a magic bonus to change it to 1 to 3. Yeah, that'll be good. Losei done. Astrogoth. Up.
To the attack too.
If you change the magic bonus, it does it to both.
Oh, it's just the.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's cool.
I'm gonna move over
Oh, I totally did that.
to next to the mast, so that way if something happens again, I can try to grab a hold onto it. And then I'm gonna blow this guy's ears out.
Okay.
Ear attack.
Miss. Hit. Miss. Sorry, I saw that. Didn't see the first.
I was gonna say 24 misses. What?
Well, I'm just gonna jump off the ship
That would
and
be-
fight a kraken. First one hits, second one misses. Okay. Mikhail, as you kind of move to cover there, he kind of looks to you and Castia and says, "I'm gonna need a little help here." As he's kind of trying to maneuver her into like a sweet spot. Out of character, he's a rogue. He's trying to get a sneak attack. He doesn't get it if he's the only one fighting the damn second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get disadvantage if I'm in melee.
I'm
So
gonna hold back here. Looks at Cassia. Guess you're up. Guess you're Get him, Slugger.
yeah, you got this. Go get him.
Give her one
Yeah.
of these. You got him, sport. Okay. So, the dwarf who was asleep will get up out of bed and kind of move. He'll grab his weapon off of the chest, kind of move towards the door. That's it. As he kind of looks at the situation, he looks to Bravik and he says, "Do you need help with that?" Bravik?
Oh, that didn't- yeah. Get over here. Sorry.
It's okay. So he'll move to you, or he'll throw his weapon back down. I think he's already moved his extent, but he'll be ready to move over there to help you with cannon shit in a second. Everybody else is taking their surprise round during this point, and then Matthias will. Oh, sorry. I forgot. There's another function. So moving the cannon back to position because the cannon shoots back a bit. It's held close to it by chains or ropes rather, whatever it would be, chains I think. But he's able to kind of like push it. You got to push it back, and you load it, push it back, charge, shoot. So it's a bit more. It's a lot of damage though. So he's going to load it, and then next turn he'll be pushing it forward. Okay, so then that's them. They are going to move over to that area. He is not capable of helping. She is not interested in helping. The runner will help. The duelist girl will use her action to lift the trapdoor in the center of the ship and deposit herself out onto the deck. As a part of
Is
that
the-
action, once she gets to the top, she'll draw her thin blade.
Is this what she wanted as piracy, or
Oh yeah,
No, right?
when she gets out onto the deck and sees there's shit to fight, she's not like scared of tentacles or anything. She's drawing her sword and is like, ha ha!
That bloodlust in her eye.
Yeah, like literally, her hair is red because she wants more blood. Like
Proud of her.
Same, twins.
twinsies.
Jesus?
Why do I have all these murder hobo elves?
It's a great trope.
You'll watch as he kind of moves over to an empty barrel and just squeezes into it. You'll watch as his eye stalk kind of pop out of the barrel, kind of zoom around, like looking, like keeping an eye on stuff, but obviously protecting themselves.
Is it like an ugly, cute thing?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie? I guess it would be Star Wars would be the easiest reference. You know the eye stalk that kind of popped out of the trash? Kind
Yeah.
of looks around. It's like 4 of those kind of popping out of the top, but blue
Cute.
Okay.
or aquamarine in color. Morrison will shoot down. Obviously, double shotting before he does.
Which one is?
He is shooting at the Baron again
Okay. Okay.
for 10. He will look down at his stuff and he says, "I've only got about 4 more or 2 more of those," because that was his 3rd shot, and he only has 10
Okay.
bolts with him. Okay.
He only brought 10 bolts?
He brought 10 bolts up into the crow's nest with him.
Oh,
because you're not
oh,
expecting to have like an artilerary battle.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. No, I thought he only brought 10 total.
Well, that's it. Jumps off the ship. I'm useless now. Fucking hell. Mikhail, seeing the situation, will disengage. Once he moves to that position, he is going to. I think. Hold on. I think I might need 10 more feet. So. I think I'll do this. I'll move here. Oh, hold on. I'll move here. Like so. And then I'll move here. So he moves towards the mast, kind of spinning the karambit on his finger, and then throws it at the Baron. Because sneak attack.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
He hits.
Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Catches it in
big
the
one.
side of the neck, and you just watch it start bleeding again. And he kind of goes, "I need that back," and then spins back around. As he's moving in that direction, you watch as another dagger flares into his other hand, just another dagger of sorts. Yeah, he is done. Who else?
Cool.
Oh, Paulton. He will cast. You're bloodied, right, Orlandis?
Yeah.
He
Yes? Yeah, almost there, actually.
He
Yeah.
will use Healing Word at 2nd level. That'll be his second of 3 second level spells, so go ahead and get 8 back.
Okay. So that's 8. Oh, thank you.
He says, "I'm going to need you to stay up." And then he points at Lose. "I'm going to need you to keep hitting," which is his bardic. Oh, he already used his bonus action. I keep forgetting how this
Yeah.
works. I need to get used to bards. I am not a bard. I have never really played a bard. I am so sorry. He will say, "And I'm going to need you to fuck off," as he points at the Baron and will vicious mockery him in the face. Okay. And that DC's fucked, but
I'm gonna need you to leave, sir.
you need to leave. The Baron will pass. He's no longer faded by his shenanigans. That is it for. Oh, sorry. Delphine will, in the same moment that she comes up out of the thing, just kind of force her way down into the bowels. And then it'll go to the Baron. Now, at this point, you've damaged the Kraken. The Kraken was supposed to act last turn, but did not due to the damaging. So, it will act now. Top 2.
I need that Baron to make a saving throw first.
Yeah.
Correct. 19.
For a
So
whole
I'll take half.
Be nice if I could roll higher than like 2 for the Moonbeam, but
The tentacles will shake the boat. Zip. Bop, bounces against the one behind him. Can't slide anywhere.
Nice.
Someone make a
And am I
dexterity.
prone?
No, you're not knocked prone. You're just
Okay.
kind of wobbly. The boat's kind of shifting. You're kind of falling in
Okay.
step in that direction. Someone make a dexterity or a d20 roll.
Who's doing it?
I'll do it.
This is
Okay.
too big for me to roll it. Okay, so
Alright.
Morrison falls from the crow's nest.
No.
Oh,
Uh,
no!
Sorry, Morrison.
Someone else roll 4d10.
Not me.
Sure. I'll do it. I'll do it. Oh, God,
Now,
please.
now you're gonna
Unless you
roll
roll
high.
I know
all
I just
10s,
rolled
he's
crit.
alive. It's okay. Yeah,
Okay,
you-
110.
You didn't even
But I
bully
rolled
him.
bad. I rolled bad. That's good.
He hits the ground prone, kind of looking up angrily because you can see that the bolts that he just talked about, the 4 that he had remaining, are still up there.
Oh no.
So now he has none.
He looks over to Mikhail and he's like, "Fucking novice mistake." And Mikhail says, "You're still kicking." In a very Kevin-esque way. And then the Blade Masters. He will move into the trap. Because he doesn't understand it's a trap. And he's attacking Mikhail. First one hits. Mikhail will use his uncanny dodge immediately, so 7 damage. And then
Take away from his 10.
I did.
Okay, okay.
And then
Almost forgot I gave him
second
10 too.
attack misses, third attack misses. All right. And then the one that's with Orlandis will slash at him once.
He doesn't have to, though.
16 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Does that knock you down?
No, I'm good.
Okay, second attack will miss, so he's going to use his third attack against Lose.
Damn it.
It misses. So basically, he kind of slams into Orlandis' shoulder, kind of catching a bit of meat beneath the pauldron, then swings the blade again, kind of scratching up the back of the blade. Once the blade goes up into the air, it kind of goes straight up and kind of becomes like solid for a second with like a woo, and then brings the blade behind him back and down, catching the railing just near Lose, kind of tearing a bit of the wood up from it as he kind of pulls the blade back towards him. That is it. Oh, sorry. Shake. This one will slap. How can she slap?
Nice meme reference.
Yeah, indeed. Misses.
I can't believe you've done this.
Mrs. Mikhail. Mikhail's having a very lucky night of it, by the way. And then these two here. Oh, sorry. Astrogoth, during the shake, I forgot to move everybody on the deck. People inside, it doesn't really matter, but people on top, it kind of does. Castia, you were not looking over the railing, so you'll just bump. Astrogoth. If you're-
Cassia was
Specific
flying.
move to the mast so I could grab it in case something was going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was flying still.
He did say
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't-
yeah. Sorry. You're right.
Floating.
So yeah, since there's no save, there is no requirement for you to make a check. You are grabbing onto the post. You stated so then you are not flying away.
I'm hugging the ship like I love
You've
it.
got your arm around it and are kind of throwing.
These bards, man, they
I-
just everything.
I love it.
He's
I'm gonna
seducing
name
the
it
ship
George.
right now.
No, I'm not going to do that. Last time I did that, I got splinters.
Would you say he
Yeah.
was giving the ship wood?
God.
I mean,
Go home.
Giving-
Get out of here.
Giving it a full mast, raising the mast.
something about a porthole.
Something about a porthole.
Joke was all.
I'm out.
I'm aiming this cannon straight down and firing.
Fuck the dumb shit. Okay, Bravik. Oh, sorry, the last two. They'll slap, and one of them will hit the pilot, who would have moved closer to it anyway. And will hit. So that'll be for. Oh, ew. That's max damage. She takes
God damn it.
25, but she is not bloodied by it.
Okay.
She
How many's it
is a bit stronger than your average pirate. Okay,
Good.
Bravik, you are up. And
You go.
Fire!
okay, so you fire the cannon. It shifts back. You watch as it hits the side of the tentacle, kind of almost tearing it in two. You watch as it starts flailing, blood shooting out, kind of like a just a sick kind of scree of material, and it just back into the water.
That was fun.
And Braddock, since you were the result of that, go ahead and do me a favor and roll a d20. If it is over 5, then I will do nothing. If it was under 5, it would be different. Okay, so we're good. Braddock done. Castia, unless you have any movement. Staying with the cannon.
No, I'm gonna shout at Matthias to take care of this. I'm going up top.
Okay. If
Where
you're
is this?
going up the ladder in the middle, you will not be able to ascend yet because it's an action to lift the trapdoor.
So he just stairs down. Oops.
Yeah, if you go, let me see here.
He just stairs up.
If you go, I would say the best route for you if you're trying to get there ASAP is run for the dining room, and then there's a ladder that goes up into the captain's chamber. But if you're trying to get up in the middle of the ship, the best route is the one that's kind of covered with a bunch of people right now.
Okay, I'll stay here then.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a dart. If you have Misty Step, you can just appear on the deck of the ship.
Just
'cause there's a,
poof.
yeah, there's a hole in the ceiling.
Can I use my spider walking boots and just run out the side of the ship, jump out the porthole?
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
that's an option.
That is a thing.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 would put you, if you're watching my thing, yeah, right, exactly where you're at. So yeah, you watch as the rat, the ship is covered with rats.
Flips himself over, just runs up the side of the ship, flips over the railing. What's up?
Perfection. Cassia, you're
What
up.
is happening?
Bonus action, move spiritual weapon over to take a swing at that one that's still up.
Go for it. That'll miss.
Let me measure here. Alright, that dude is in guiding bolt range, so we're gonna shoot one of those at him.
Ooh, that hits.
Ooh.
Um,
It's just 16 because it wasn't a crit.
okay.
That's a big ass crit, though.
I don't know, it would have been fire.
Alright, that's it for my turn.
It's a
Alright.
fireball.
Castia, done. Orlando's up.
Oh, okay.
Gain 3 HP.
3 times,
Yes.
yeah.
The next attack on it has advantage. Yes.
Correct, from Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Can it be? It could be a spell attack, right?
The next attack, yeah.
Just next. Okay. Okay. Okay, I want to try something. I will use demolish on him, not the sphere, but on him.
Go ahead and click it.
Is it 22? Oh, that. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, on him. Cool.
Yeah.
When you target an object, yeah, you're not targeting an object. Cool.
I'm gonna roll down 12. I just slap him.
Okay. So what that will do is that'll initiate his trap card. As you kind of slam into him, you feel like it's like a death-defying amount of force. You watch as the holy symbol he's holding kind of twists in his hand, and his grasp on the orb kind of tightens. The trident kind of flies from his grasp, kind of hitting the ground as he takes the death blow. And then you watch as the orb kind of pops with magical energy. It seems to kind of burst out from him like a white light that surrounds. There's a dog barking in the background.
It's okay.
But
T-dog.
Burst with light.
a light bursts from him and seems to kind of erupt around him in kind of a circular orb-like shape.
Okay.
Oh, great.
The light kind of dims a bit and becomes this translucent orb circling around him.
That's not good.
Okay, that was your action. Do you have anything else you would like to do?
I'll give inspiring word again. Actually, you know what? No, she's good. I'll give Knight's move to Ravik. I'll Knight's move you, Ravik.
Oh yeah.
You can move your
Sweet.
movement
Full
to
move.
anywhere you want,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Wait, so. Sorry, the dog was barking. What did you say he did with his orb?
Oh, so when he took damage that appeared to have been lethal, a white flare burst out from him and formed a kind of shell around him of glowing energy.
That don't sound good.
I really don't.
Did you be like that though?
Move right here then.
Do it.
I mean, for now.
That's my turn.
No. We move next to Lose.
Alright. Lose, you're up.
Well, I don't know what the fuck that thing means, but this guy is right here. So I'm gonna do this.
That will miss. 18
On
armor
this
class.
guy?
18 armor class, yeah.
Oh dang. Do it again? Nope. We're
So-
discombobulated.
He's kind of surrounded, and he's twisting the blade, kind of keeping everyone like a good distance away from him, swinging this whip sword around. And as you kind of try and get in with the weapon, those would actually be accurate. You've already got the bonus added in. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
as you're kind of swinging in, you can watch as the blade kind of gets batted away by the whip blade.
What if she was Mitsurugi?
If she was Mitsurugi, she'd be winning, because Mitsurugi is really good at killing people who use whip swords. A tale eternally retold. Astrogoth.
I am going to wait for it. Oh, here it is.
Ooh!
Are you doing so on the Baron?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh shit!
Let's go.
I'm glad your turn was before his, because I was thinking about that, but I'm not going to go again before then.
Well, any time I have an opportunity to use one of my spells, given I can only use 2 and then I need to take a short rest at the moment, I will
Checking.
happily do so.
I mean, that's how I feel. Just, yeah, I did something. It's time for a nap.
Fucking Astrogoth with the big plays.
It's a good play.
Mhm.
So you're targeting the orb magical effect, is that right?
Yes, that was the plan.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Or sorry, what level are you casting this at?
3.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20. Add your spellcasting modifier.
My spell attack bonus, you mean?
Spellcasting modifier, just the charisma.
Oh, right, sorry. Okay, so
Okay.
Mm.
So as you kind of watch the magic appear around it and kind of descend down onto the spell, not knowing exactly what the spell is that you're targeting, you realize it's more powerful than the power of your magic to rip it asunder. Out of character, just for mechanic purposes to get it out, Odaluk's Resilient Sphere is the spell that was cast around him in response to taking lethal damage as a contingency. The spell's 4th level, so the DC was 14 for it to be dispelled. You rolled a 9. Okay.
Yep.
It was a great idea, just a bad roll.
that's how it works. That's how it goes sometimes.
Wait, what level Warlock are you?
I am. God damn it! I closed my character sheet. I'm 7.
You're always casting 4th level spells, my guy. You don't have 3rd level spell slots. Yeah, you always cast.
Oh, that's weird because when I went to go cast it, it asked me what level I wanted to cast it at,
Yeah,
and the highest.
That's roll 20 being Gooberry. Well, let me double check something. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me double check. I just want to be sure, because I know that Warlocks always cast at their highest. Warlocks might have a different tier than Wizards. I know Wizards get 4th level at 7. And, no, yeah, 7th level, your spell slots are 4th.
Oh, alright, well.
Yep. So that works instantaneously. Does not cause an issue. The Resilient Fear disappears.
Woohoo!
We're winning!
Huzzah!
All right. Any movement or bonus actions from you, Astrogoth?
I am going to resume hugging the mast passionately
Okay.
and looking fabulous while doing it. So.
It's definitely weird for the several months old Castia to watch this happen. A bugbear loving a ship like no man ever has.
I just assume that's
I mean-
an important part of their life cycle.
The vampire, yeah.
Yeah, like,
That's how they
a
make
snake
a coffin.
kills a vampire, but yeah, before that, they
Oh my
If
God.
it likes me, it'll let me. It makes it harder for me to fall into the water.
that's true. I'm gonna add some notes to the James Abbott notebook that I have.
Oh my
You'll
god.
appreciate it, I'm sure, when you get to it.
God.
Okay, Astrogoth
Unfair
done.
fornicating with boat. Yeah, I'm done.
It'll go to the folks. So Morrison is going to stand up from prone. He then holds up his arbalist, his heavy crossbow, throws it down, and you watch as a short sword appears at the point of it, like a bayonet. He then moves to here and will attack this motherfucker right here with his bayonet short sword.
He's so cool.
He hits both times. 14. Alright. And then Mikhail and Awesome Lady. Mikhail will go first. +1 combat dagger. He does not have advantage. Actually, he's not moving, so he'll steady aim. Again, I know rogues, I just am doing a lot of people at the same time. So that'll be, that'll work. And then for the dagger, I said it was steady aiming. This is his offhand. It won't do sneak attack on that. So 20 and 8. And then Cool Girl.
Does she rage?
No.
Oh.
The fuck?
I don't know.
Why would she rage?
Because she's bloodlusted.
She's a duelist.
What are you saying?
Oh.
I've never raged.
We were just saying that she was like hyped for fighting. She was
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she's like
she's a
bloodlustful,
barbarian.
like the way Lose is. Like, oh my god, there's a fight. Let's fight.
So
Gotcha.
she'll attack. Her thin blade is not as cool. Well, I mean, she's using it one-handed. She's not using it two-handed. So she's attacking twice. It's just not magical is the thing I was trying to say. She hits with the first attack. She'll do 7. And that is it from her. Morrison, Mikhail, her. The quartermaster will move back to the wheel. Again, her not doing that would be interesting if she gets knocked off. We'll see how it goes. Paulton is got one more bardic inspiration, but you already have it, Lose, right? You haven't used yours yet?
No, because you didn't
Couldn't do it.
actually.
Yep, that's right. So
Yeah.
get it now, and then it's actually I had mathed it out already. I'm dumb. And then for his action, he will take the dodge action because the thing slapped at him and he just barely avoided it. The tentacles are coming. Everybody in bed is going to be getting up out of bed and taking up their weapons. And they look to the dwarf and say, "What the fuck's going on?" "I don't know, we're fighting something." He'll move to the cannon, and then after Bravik says, "Yeah, I need help," he's kind of confused as the rat just ran out the window. He'll move and pull the cannon back, or load the cannon with a cannonball. Michelle will kind of look to the dwarf and say, "What's going on?" "We're fighting something!" And then the
Were you trying to go for an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent right there?
no. Then the little orc guy will pop out. "Hey, it's a kraken," and then drops back into the barrel. And then Michelle says, "Oh, fuck," and then we'll jump down and go back into the hole.
Oh my god.
Oh,
No
fuck!
payment for him.
Oh shit.
She'll move over to where the beholderkin is, presuming that's the safest place due to him taking the place. And then these three will turn the cannon and, in sequence, move it to fire. Due to the angling, they are going to be firing down into the water, just trying to get a shot into the kraken. Whether or not it hits or not, they're not sure. They're just trying to kind of angle it down and shoot into the water at the black mass.
They're trying. Yeah, they're trying. That's the most important part.
Key. Yeah, they're working as a team, so all three of them are taking an action. So basically, every other turn they'll be able to shoot.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And then, that's it, I think, for the crew. Oh yeah, he's gone just forever now. The Saudi.
Buddy.
He raises the orb and starts yelling something.
Wait, hold on. Time out.
Damage.
Wasn't he in the bubble? And okay.
It's a free action to talk, so he is yelling. the
We were
same
talking
thing.
fatal damage, and now he's alive. What the hell?
He's still in the mood,
So
baby.
he starts yelling something at Saugen, and as he's doing so, he kind of takes a burst and kind of falls to the ground. It does look like he's knocked unconscious, but it doesn't look like he like loses his faculties to the point where he's dropping his anything besides the trident that's been left behind. Whatever he yelled seems to have been sufficient, as the tentacle in the top left corner slams down onto him, kind of pushing outwards. Anybody who's adjacent to him gets knocked back 5 feet. If they can't get knocked back 5 feet, they're knocked prone. So Orlandis, that'd be you.
I need that tentacle to take moonbeam damage too.
Go ahead. Roll it. Tentacles at 87 hit. Okay, it's fine. So it grabs
I really cannot roll for this.
Eight-
This is the
87.
weakest moonbeam.
87. There's no way you're doing 87 with a fucking moonbeam.
You don't know.
You don't know. But it cinches it a little bit. It grabs a hold of the Baron and pulls him up and out.
Damn it.
It pulls him
No.
up and out and down into the water. Once that happens, the sword masters kind of look around, but since they are not able to kind of get the same spicy benefit of being pulled away,
They can't get a tentacle Uber.
tentacle. They didn't call it tentacle Uber. The matter for them is they're going to have to fight.
They'd have to pay surge pricing anyway.
Right. God damn, that's good. Okay, get inspiration for that.
Hell yeah.
Title surge pricing, no less.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Also, yes. Well done. Both of you can have inspiration. It's a good Uber joke. Wave cutter blades. For
High five, Tom.
the two of them, they both have exactly the right number of opponents that they want to be fighting against, so they are going to do so. They are currently in blood frenzy because their master is gone, so they are going to be fighting, and when they do so, they have advantage on all attack rolls.
That seems bad.
They are pretty strong. They are as strong as their master. Probably better at fighting than he is. So for the first series, so against Morrison, the attack will hit. He is bloodied. For the attack against McHale, thank you. That will hit. He will use his reaction to take half. So he'll take 9 instead of 18. And then for the duelist, she has a better AC than 16, so she's fine. High AC red-headed elf girls with pointy sticks. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I know that their initiative disappeared from your site, but it's still on my counter here, so yeah, just bear with me here. And then for the 3 attacks against the crew or your people. Oh god.
Oh no.
Okay.
What'd you do?
I'm just gonna go ahead and get a screen cap of this.
Oh god.
Who's rolling a new character?
Nobody.
Okay.
So it's gonna go from left to right, or yeah, left or top to left, or top and then left to right. So I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna post that in the chat.
Hmm.
And yeah, so the first attack would have been against Lose. So Lose,
Uh-huh.
you're taking 23. The second
Okay.
attack would have been against Orlandis. You're taking 21. And the
Okay.
third attack would have been against Ravik. You're taking 20. As he crits all 3 attacks.
That's insane.
I agree. That's insane. That's never. I mean, he had advantage, but it was all 3 on the left side too. It's like that's a perfect barrel shot. So
Can we just say John's cheating?
yeah, sure, absolutely, you can say that. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah,
buddy.
we can't hover. No, I'm kidding.
So
Believe you.
nobody's knocked down from that, right?
No.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Pretty
Um,
fucking close, but no.
The end of the tentacles in the back end will also drop from sight. All right, Ravik, you're up. Sorry, I got mail. I'm trying to get it opened. I think I know what it is.
Are they gonna leave us alone now?
The swords masters aren't. No, they're gonna fight to the death.
No, the tentacles.
Oh, the tentacles left. Yeah, they're gone. They don't want to
Even-
live here anymore.
Even this one up here.
Oh, it should be gone. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, I got screwed.
No, the Kraken is leaving. It got 2 tentacles blasted off, and it was told to leave. Yeah, there's nothing keeping it here. So, Braddock, sorry, go ahead.
1 sec.
Yay!
Da.
The mail was pretty cool. Tomorrow will be better, though. It is a foil repercussion.
Is that Magic the Gathering?
It's magic shit, yeah.
Okay.
I mentioned the stack the other day in the Tuesday game.
And they're like, "What's that?"
No, nobody knew what I meant.
Oh god.
What's a stack?
But yeah, Repercussion is really great because my Chandra deck. It says whenever a creature is dealt damage, Repercussion deals that much damage to its controller.
Nice.
Anyways, Bravik.
I'm worried. Oh god, what do? Do I just attack him? Do I try to grapple him?
You do whatever your blonde elf rattling would do.
Yeah, you are a blonde elf rattling right now.
Blonde elf rattling.
I do like your description of how it would have looked.
It's just a rat with a wig and elf ears. Like,
I'm just thinking of the from the movie Gremlins, the one that.
Yes.
I was
Oh my
literally,
God.
oh my god, I was literally typing that in the meme or the gift search. But she doesn't have blonde hair. That's why I didn't click it before. But it's close. It's close.
John, do you have the affected size pad pulled up somewhere?
The what?
My size, my little knives.
Your size?
SAI.
AI size.
Oh, it's just a D4. Is it not on your sheet?
It is on my sheet, but I thought we had an effect for it. It did something to set others.
Oh, you're talking about yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay, hold on.
Let's see.
You gotta take good notes, guy.
I wrote it down just now. It's somewhere on this damn Discord.
Snaring.
Oh, that's worthless.
So snaring 10, and then paired. So if you have 2 drawn, you can, or if you draw, you can draw 2 instead. And then once per turn, when you hit a creature that is large size or smaller, instead of dealing damage, you can force it to make a Strength or Dexterity saving throw DC equal to the snaring value 10. If it fails, it becomes restrained. And yeah, they're right there in the thing. I should have just waited for you to click it. So on your first attack, do you want to snare it with that one or no?
Yeah, I'll snare it.
Okay. And then the second attack, you're doing damage.
Will you shut up, dog?
You said about it.
Oh, he tell me.
Poor puppy. He just wants to play D&D.
Let him play
We'll
D&D.
have to make
Like,
a.
can't that doggy
crew
play
that-
D&D?
We'll have to make him a ship dog.
I mean, Brent's so cool. D&D.
Sea dog.
Oh, he's gone. He left. Damn it. He wasn't yet. I really think he would have enjoyed the dog content.
Yeah.
He loves dogs so much he built one for the Sunday game.
He built his own puppy.
For the second one, do you want to do damage, Braddock? We're gonna assume not. Then we're gonna move forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was dealing with the dog.
I got a dog on my arm. Help me.
I cannot.
Get off me, you fuck.
Just go ahead and click the damage roll, and then fuck with it.
I'm trying. He won't let me.
Cassia, you're up.
7.
All right. Spiritual
He is
weapon
currently
on the 1.
Restrained. Yep. Actually,
I really cannot hit with that spiritual weapon. Um,
okay.
I'm gonna move 30 feet forward and then burn a meta magic point to cure wounds on Orlandis from range.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wow, I really cannot roll today. 8.
Ooh.
All That's it.
Yeah.
Orlandis.
Martha, I'm coming
attack.
home, sweetie.
I'm back in the fucking building.
Alright. So he is there, and I am here. I'm gonna stand up with half my movement. And then I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to his boss, and I'm just gonna slap him in the head with demolish.
Okay.
Never mind, I'm not gonna do that, and I'm just gonna
You have advantage that hits. He's restrained.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he does get hit, and that's gonna be 10 force damage.
Is that it?
And then I'm going to. Does Losay still have temp HP?
Nope.
No? Okay.
And did you gain your temp HP at the beginning of the turn, Orlandis?
I'm gonna add it now. I'm gonna give inspiring word to Losay.
She's gonna get heroism as well. You don't need to.
Oh, so never mind. I'm gonna give it to Mikhail.
Okay.
Let me just find the
Perfectly good rat folk holding them with a sigh, and you're like, new guy's cooler. I actually like Kevin Gibson.
Can I give it to the rat?
You can.
Okay, I'll give it to the rat. I'll give it to the rat.
Just
I'll give
surprised you
him
didn't
the
think of them
14.
first. You know, that's all I'm
I'm
saying.
sorry. I didn't think he was gonna get hit again.
Well, he might be busy with the dogs. He might as well just give it to Mikhail. You know.
Okay, so I'll give it to Mikhail then.
I just.
Well,
gave-
you know,
Oh.
you should.
I just.
I got this. Don't worry.
Do
I.
what you want.
I just had the most stunning revelation, and it annoys me that this never came up before.
What was it?
Oh, I hate myself.
There's a club for that.
That's my turn.
Uh,
I'm gonna give it to the rat.
You
folk.
have to share it with the
Oh my
class.
I just did. I just.
what the fuck, Jonathan?
I did not even realize it until I put him on a ship and was sitting there saying the name Mikhail. Oh,
Good movie though.
Yeah.
So Ravik,
Yeah.
you get
Well,
get 14
It's also
temp.
a series too, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Oh,
Kevin
that's
would,
Mac.
I think Kevin would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll make a point out to tell him about it. Okay, Orlando's done.
Yeah, I'm giving the temp HP to Ravik
Let's go ahead.
for
Okay.
sure.
What was I doing before I got distracted? Yes.
Cartwheels.
You're gonna beat his ass.
Cartwheels, yeah, that's it. It was. I can. Yeah, I'm gonna use 2 focus cost and do.
Dawn. Should be able to click it.
Yeah.
Awesome. 2 points on Dawn Grace means
Actually, I'm gonna make that 3.
3 points on Dawn's Grace. We'll say
Yeah,
that if
I know
you...
it doesn't give the bonus effect, but
Oh, well, if you spent at least 3.
well, my weapon's already magical.
Oh, right. Make a weapon attack. Okay, first one. So you'll just make the 1 weapon attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
with Dawn's
Yeah,
Grace. Adding an amount equal to the focus points you spent to the attack roll, so you'll be adding
So-
3.
3.
If you hit, the target suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage, plus your ability modifier, plus the focus you spent.
Yeah. Is the ability modifier dex?
Yeah, it stacks.
Okay, so 4.
Okay, so just
So-
it's regular damage plus 3 is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah, because it already has the 4 on there.
you will be making a second attack. It's just only the first one will be a Dawn's Grace strike, unless you're
Right.
spending more focus for the second one as well. Okay,
Actually, I'll spend 2 more for the.
so it'll
second
be
one.
plus 5 damage. Go with the damage again, plus 5 to that number there. So 34.
Yes.
He is bloody.
Oh, hell yeah.
Solid stuff. And then at the end of your turn, you made 2 attacks. You know how to gain your focus.
Yep.
Astrogoth, you are up.
Do.
Against the one that your friends are fighting that you have advantage on, or the other one?
Yeah, that one, because I think the sooner we get it down, the better.
Yeah, the one that they're fighting is already beat the shit out of. It's bloodied already. Mikhail tore the fuck out of it.
Hell yeah.
Both of those will hit. Go ahead and give me that damage. Ooh, that's not great. Alright. Okay, so it'll go to... they're going to muster, but they're not going to get up in this next round. They're getting ready to move up. They're not dashing. The cannoneers will basically load the cannon and kind of keep it readied so that they can ready an action to hit it when a target becomes available. He yells over to the Dwergar to help him out, who will, and Bedrag will also help, so they have a 3-man crew on that cannon as well. And then Michelle hides in the basement. Those two will hide in their respective barrels, and then fun murder times. Okay, so we'll start it out with the top. Halton will Vicious Mockery. It should be a DC 13. Regardless, he failed, so his next attack has disadvantage. And then Mikhail will stab at the... someone roll a D100.
Not it.
Not it.
Tom. I think you're the only one who hasn't yet.
Okay, so that's beneficial for the party. So then
Hell
there was a 50-50 chance. You would notice that in the moonbeam, kind of being cleansed by it, is a dragon's tooth that has a karambit handle. The one that he threw into the Baron's neck.
Hey, nice.
It was either staying there and leaving with him on a lower than 50, or staying on the deck if higher than 50. Then he's going to, as I said, combat knife and general dagger. The first one gets sneak attack, the second one doesn't. 25 and 7. So you watch as he kind of, as he's being kind of spun around by the short sword, the elvish thin blade, Mikhail kind of waits for a moment, kind of circles around, and then kind of comes up behind him, stabs the combat knife into the clavicle, kind of pulls down, and then pulls the dagger to his throat and just yanks across the side. You watch as the shark's mouth is now like basically the same size as the massive gaping hole that he rent in the creature's neck.
Fucking metal.
And then, since he killed that quickly, these two will move with purpose in your direction. And Orison will actually be able to snake around the mast and get in for an attack. And just kind of jokingly says, "Looks like you guys could use some help." Rushes forward. Because it's restrained, the first attack will miss, the second attack will hit. Lancing it. It's kind of struggling against the Sai, trying to kind of get free. On its initiative, it is restrained. It will use a part of its attack action to free itself from the snaring.
If you put the boom beam like right here on the center of
It'll
us,
be killing you too as well.
well, no, it kind of looks like Octavius's cross a little bit.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
If you could
Sounds
move
like I should do it.
it, like right like this.
Yeah.
God.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay with all three of you taking damage.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll roll really great on that one.
Yeah, that would be the one.
99.
That'd be the one. Like, I would have killed the Kraken with that one. Because that's what Cassia sounds like, canonically.
Just throw it out there. Kraken's in there
Finally
somewhere.
revealed my true nature.
So he's going to free himself from the restrained condition as an attack action, one of his attacks. And then his other two attacks will be spinning the blade. Let me double check the snaring condition.
To make a dexterity or strength check.
A creature can use its action to make its strength or dex check to remove itself. Okay, so it can't do it as an attack action. That's interesting. Okay, so then I'm going to actually just go ahead and try and murder you then. I have disadvantage on attack rolls while restrained, so I'll just make my 3 wave cutters while being held.
Can't wait to see 6 green numbers this time.
No. Unfortunately, I only hit 2 out of the 3. Because Losei's EC is... No, I don't hit Losei, so I hit 1 out of the 3. The only person I hit was Ravik.
No.
It'll be for a total of 19 slashing damage. Yeah, the other...
14 of that is
You hit
10,
my 16
baby.
and 3. I don't believe you. How
yes.
much is it?
So it would be a total of 19 damage. The first attack was a 9 and 22. That was against Losei. The second attack was a 17 and a 19, which just barely
Please.
misses Orlando.
Appreciate those temp points, dude.
And the last one was a 19 and a 25.
He does not like me like holding his blade with my sass.
You just
He does not
had-
like it.
You had the unluckiest roll, but I think 2 of those rolls would have still hit you. The only one that would have missed all of you was
Oh,
the one
yeah.
that was against Losei. Vravik, you still have him restrained. And so you can't attack with that Sai while that's active.
I can or can't.
Cannot.
Okay. Well, I was attacking with the one then. Other one, stab him in the neck.
You have advantage, so that'll be a crit. And he has a
Did you
condition
ever
right
do-
now which is restrained. So if you're using your ninja dice, it's 1 condition.
Ooh.
Yeah, restrained is a condition.
Okay, so 6. What was it? I think it's 2d4 at this level. Ah! What is it? Oh, not that. This. Open this. There we go. 2d4.
All right.
Wouldn't it be 44? Because of the crit?
Oh yeah,
Or no.
it would be doubled.
Okay. Well,
So 2 more.
Mm-hmm. All right. So as it kind of like tries to pull away from the Sai, it kind of spins the wave cutter around, slashing at you. Catches Bravik, who kind of like backs away, then kind of pulls the Sai backwards, kind of tucking the Saugen back a bit. Raises up the other side and just jabs it straight down into the creature's chest. There's like a bit of a struggle for a second, and then the creature just falls limp in your hands, and you just let it go. Kind of like flaring it off of your size.
fucking metal.
Spins him, throws the blood off.
And then sheets them.
Shriek.
Alright, so after the fashion there, the others kind of having murdered theirs, you kind of assess the situation. I'm going to switch the music out while you folks. We'll start with Tom, and then we'll move. It should be Tom, Elizabeth, Jonah, Zach, and Foxen at the bottom, right? Is that the order you're seeing it in? So Tom, go first.
I would probably hurry over to tend to the wounds of my actual friends.
Okay.
I don't know these other people.
Good thing I wasn't hurt.
Just holding on to the passionately
She-
kissing.
she's
I'm giving you privacy.
She's still floating at this point too, so she's like floating over with her little angel wings.
That is true.
I
I'd say
mean,
maybe 18 seconds or so later, Kieran, Asilius, would show up on deck, kind of confused. What did we miss? Says Asilius.
It's the fight.
Looks down at the Saugen that he had to force off of the trapdoor to get out here. Cool. And Asilius says, I told you should have gone first to Cure. Wouldn't have had much trouble fucking lifting this asshole. It's fine. You did okay by it. The creatures leave behind a couple of bits of items. Mikhail would kind of move over, asking, did my dagger go into the water? Just sadly looking at you like, it didn't go in, did it? It's still on deck, right?
it is here.
Oh my god, thank you.
He's gonna chuck it at him or something.
Oh no, don't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
No, that's a great idea.
My inevitable end was caused by my friends again. Um, he walks over and picks up his dagger.
He would have called it.
The nature of Morrison is kind of disheveled, and then everyone else is doing their thing. Sorry. So Tom, you come over and heal. Elizabeth, you go ahead.
I don't know.
Okay, stand there,
I'm
confused.
sorry.
No worries.
She'll check out the Sahuagin, I guess.
Okay. And then looking
See if
them
he has
over,
anything on him.
they have wave cutter blades, which are great swords. They have different properties than great swords. They are not magical. Wave cutter blade does 2d8 damage instead of 2d6 damage. However, if you roll a 1 on an attack roll, even if you're attacking with advantage, the wave cutter will break. Okay. And then
And that's all they have on him.
2 potions of healing, which they never got a chance to use.
Nice.
But no, nothing that's like indicative of like who they work for.
Ooh, good question. So you would be able to make a history check, but you'll have disadvantage due to you not being terribly familiar with sea folk.
Right. Fair.
Yeah, you do find some measure of like identifying markers on them, like tattoos, and also kind of like not quite armor, but like chest adornments. You just don't know what they mean. You're pretty
Right.
sure that they're indicative of like some sort of clan marking or like group marking, but you're not sure.
But not sure which one or anything.
Yeah, you wouldn't even
Right.
you don't even have a list to like think about
Yeah.
because you're that unfamiliar with like under the sea.
Yeah. And that was just on that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She's gonna start heading this way to check on the groups.
What would Orlandis be doing? I'm seeing that Alose is kind of investigating the creature.
Orlandis would just
You-
trying to get a check
well,
of everyone.
You see from your position, there's a trident laying on the ground up near there. It's a larger than normal trident, but it's kind of like up at the top of the steps where he dropped it.
Oh, okay. Is it? Does it
Trident's
have...
a lot like a spear.
True.
So
Three-pointed spear. Ooh.
the trident in question would not be usable by you with one hand. You'd basically be using it with the same stats as a glaive.
Got you. I mean, yeah, I could pick it up and see if it has cursed energy. But for the most part, Orlandis would ask Hanil like what's the status? How's everything looking back there?
Ship's fine, she yells out. Good job beating them off.
Phrasing. Boom.
Phrasing boom as he's hugging the pole.
Isn't that what he's doing to the boat?
Working the mast. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Okay. So, big mast.
I'm gonna
energy.
give myself inspiration for that.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Big mass energy.
I'm gonna have to let you do that. I don't know why. It's probably the first time in existence that I've been like, yeah, you said you're giving yourself.
I mean, you
inspiration.
don't have to, but
No,
I think
I
you're like,
do. I don't know why I have to, but I am doing it. It is happening. I do feel compelled to give you what you want or what you've demanded.
I believe that's what we call eating at Christmas.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd call it big massed energy. I think
Big mass energy.
that's
Useless.
that's
in there in
exactly.
my energy drink.
So who did we lose?
Valen, the noble.
Yeah.
Balin. Okay.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
He's the one guy.
He died heinously. He's
Dang.
If he was cut and
He's
clean, he is resting in
around.
pieces.
yeah. Well, no, I don't think they got him.
Slit his
clear
throat,
into-
threw him overboard.
Our
Yeah.
Balin soldier.
Nice try.
That was really bad. I'm
It was.
sorry.
It was very bad.
Alright, so we lost that.
It's a very Elizabethan mentality.
I'm beating myself up.
Okay.
Boo.
Last but not least, oh, sorry, Zach. Sorry, I forgot. Your pun and also your
That's
demanding of inspiration were not actions your character was taking. That was just you being badass. What does Astrogoth do?
Well, I can't really. I'm not adept at healing, so I imagine that I would probably simultaneously be going towards the remains of what we fought to
Okay.
see if there's what's up going on with that.
You're entitled to the same history check I allowed for Lose. It does have a wave cutter blade and 2 potions of healing, which you can secure. But yeah, if you'd like to make a history, with disadvantage, you'd still be able to pull on that one. So these individuals, and based on what you saw of the leader of these individuals, they appear to have been Blood Shoal Sahuagin, and that'd be I'll type it in the Discord. BLOODSHOAL. Sahuagin. And basically, they are a large faction of Sahuagin that move up and down the Ordris Strait. And you know they've been like to attack ships and kind of be kind of notorious raiders themselves. So again, the strait is a pretty dangerous place to move through, obviously. But the main point you would note is that they have been at constant conflict with the sea elves of the name of the watery fishland town is Kohinoor. That's KOHI''NOR, which is an underwater city of sea elves, triton, and merfolk that is located, because your history check was sufficient for you to get this information, it is located on the map now. I will pull us to the map here to show you. Kohinoor.
So they're enemies of the Sea Elves looking for Define.
Correct. Those are the very same sea elves that are looking for Define. The sea elf prince of Kohinoor is basically trying to betroth himself, or has betrothed himself. Basically, the understanding is Define is in love with the prince, but does not want to be bound by royal edict to kind of like live a royal life.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to live with the Sea
She
Elves.
wants to be able to adventure and be free. She doesn't want to be bound. She wants to be with him. Like, she loves him.
They're locked up in a cage.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be locked in a cage. She
That's
loves
fair.
she loves him a lot, and that's why she said if the sea elves were to come for her, she wouldn't be able to say no.
Right.
Right. So that said,
But those weren't the sea elves, so we kicked their butt.
but they are notorious enemies of those sea elves. So
Which means they wanted to use her as a bargaining weapon, probably.
right, or as a means to start a war.
Or bait. Yeah.
All sorts of different political things could have happened if they'd gotten a hold of her. So good choice, I guess, or it was your choice, so whatever you want to call it, choice. Not giving her over. It definitely would have made for a shorter encounter. But we did what we did, and we liked
But
what
would
we
it
did.
have been as fun?
No, probably not. What? So I was like,
If Ravik was up on deck, I would have been
Oh,
like, "This is your
This is your woman. Take me.
is there really a place called
Very
Boston Blood Shoal?
No, I was just trying to make a joke of, like, you know how you hear in movies where it's like, oh yeah, they're of the Blood Shoals. It's like, oh, of like the Boston Blood Shoals?
Oh, I get you. Okay. I was like, oh my god, I thought I came up with a cool and interesting name for a group. So, okay.
I mean, there could be a place in Boston
No, I
that's
just Googled
nicknamed
it.
Blood Shoal. I wouldn't
Blood
be
Shoals,
surprised.
that, I mean, isn't that
Okay.
Gary?
That's my bar. Yeah.
Dr. Blood Shoals.
Dr. Blood Souls.
I I gotta.
He
I
makes
gotta
the
go.
worst. He makes the worst inserts for you.
I gotta go. I got bloody.
Sounds like someone from Bloodborne.
Oh, it's like bloody shoes. What is? I can't remember the name of the song.
Bloodborne
Dr.
meets
Stone.
Dark Souls.
Um,
I mean, I know that it's.
You mean Bloodborne meets Boston?
So about these fish people.
So
Back to on topic.
Vravik, you're the last on docket. Is there anything that you want to do? Move us back to the boat. Is there anything that you wanted to do in the aftermath of the conflict?
Well, I assume he's a rat and he's very, very skittish. So he's probably going up into the crow's nest to be like, where the fuck that Kraken go?
So yeah, looking around, you can make a perception check if you'd like.
Perception.
Tomorrow they're gonna try and
Yeah, there's no sight of it, so you don't really seem to be able to capture a glance as to where it might have gone. But what you're pretty confident in, as you're kind of circle around the crow's nest, like keeping an eye out, is that you don't see it, you don't see where it went. So your presumption is it's probably like deep, deep below you, and there's no sign of it beneath you. There's no shadow or anything. There's no the water in the ocean is very, very clear, so you can kind of see.
Yep. Just to be safe, drop the depth charges.
We have depth charges? Fulton would yell up to you. I mean, fuck yeah, let's do it. If we had a wizard who could cast Fireball, that would be the ticket.
That would be great.
Okay, so Honild would say that we can continue. If you wish, Captain, we can try and recover Valen's body, but it might cause us some time to search for it. With a bit of luck, we'd be able to find it, but we'd have to turn about and search it out. If you do not wish to do so, I would understand. Any sailor's death in the ocean is an honorable one. But if you wish to take him back on board for whatever reason, we can go back and seek him out if you wish.
I want to see the what does Morrison look like? What's the look on his face?
So Morrison kind of looks like dismissively of the conversation, and then kind of starts moving back towards the mast, like just like it's no big deal to him. He's not terribly concerned about the conversation. Kind of dismissive of the subject matter entirely.
Okay, all right. So if we stay here, they can just come back anyway and attack us. But like, nonetheless, they're probably still gonna attack us.
Honild says there's a probability. If I understand it to be correct, it might be the case that this individual, if he was seeking out Tafine, they will probably try and engage us again. And that's not to omit the fact that the Sea Elves are probably going to try and secure her as well. We can be more cautious if you'd like. We can move towards the shore, try and follow along the coast. I know that the Sea Elves are coastal and coral mainly, but again, if we try and move closer to the western shore, perhaps they won't engage us too much. But if we maintain our current course, we'll just need to be more cautious. I don't understand why Morrison didn't catch it. She says that seemingly loud enough that Morrison kind of stops, looks over his shoulder and says, I apologize for that. I was distracted slightly. I will be more vigilant, and you have my word of that, Captain Orlandis. Nods his head. She says, and kind of like lowers her tone to a whisper, I apologize. I didn't mean to sound petty there, and I have no ill will towards him. Any one of us could have missed it.
It happens. It is fine.
I mean, I saw it.
I wish to.
Just pops into the conversation.
Yes, it's just like, yeah, I saw
She
it.
just shows up in the conversation and just pops in. I saw it. Honild and Orlandis both kind of look at Castia like, you know that.
Don't worry
you know
about that.
She did
You know
kill
that
a
cat-
dragon.
You know that cat TikTok where the cat's just like, and
Yeah.
that's literally Honild just like, I guess.
I wish to be a little more cautious, but I do want to continue our course.
Your friend Vravik seems to be keen on moving up to the crow's nest to be aware. I know that he is normally stationed as a gunner below. If you'd like, we can leave him up in one of the crow's nests, put Morrison in the other to maintain a vigilant watch during the daylight hours.
Yes, this will work.
Well,
The more eyes, the better.
let your crew members know. I'll get back to the helm and maintain our present course.
Yeah. So he's gonna walk up to Morrison, put a hand on his shoulder.
She
Do
actually
not worry.
stops for a second, pulls out an orb from her pocket, looks at it, says, "Actually, sorry, no," and then gestures for Lose.
She'll come
I'm
over.
heading to bed. I've got the night shift. You've got the rest of the day. Enjoy. And she heads into the ship. She'll actually go to the captain.
Watch out for them krakens.
She actually goes to the captain's quarters, and she actually will take her place on the captain's bed because that's where she
Take it,
sleeps.
Lance.
She
Did
sleeps.
Did somebody give her a healing potion or anything?
That's
No.
my
That
bad.
might have been a
She took a bit of damage, but she can rest it off.
Yeah, she's taking a lot.
She didn't get bloodied, so yeah.
She's sleeping on my bed.
Shh, it's not your bed. There is nobody owns a bed in this fucking boat. Like,
God damn it.
I
No
don't fucking need a bed.
respect.
it's usually
Okay.
the first mate that sleeps in the captain's bed while the captain is asleep, or like while the
Oh,
captain
man.
is awake rather. Like when they sleep during their shift. But Lose
Okay.
doesn't sleep. So
Yeah, I don't
That's
need
fair.
a bed.
That's fair.
So it's
All right.
hers.
So, yeah. Orlandus is gonna walk up to Morrison, tap him on the shoulder. Do not worry. There is always next time. But I need you on the other crow's nest.
Morrison will nod, and then Bravik will remain in the top crow's nest, and Morrison will move towards the back end.
I'm just gonna throw him his bolts.
Don't do that.
Catches
That was-
catches them out of the air and kind of looks
Oh,
at them,
okay.
and then yells down to probably Orlandus. In my deck, there should be a couple more quivers of these. Can you reel them up?
We have a runner, right?
Yeah,
On our ship?
of course.
Okay.
Silas says, "We're heading back down. I'll send someone up."
Yeah.
And then Asilius will say to the captain, to Honild, and also loud enough for everybody to hear, "Don't worry about the night shift. They won't pass my eyesight." Smiles and heads underneath. Kieran doing like this huge like orc cocky grin, kind of just. And they,
All right.
the cool kids of the nightclub, will go downstairs. Mikhail
So
will
then-
walk up to you and says, "Hey, Captain, we did a good job with everything there. You're great. I don't want you to feel like I'm considering it to be the case that you're not a good captain, but maybe just for morale, you should stay out here on the deck so that you're ready to engage with any kind of turmoils that we might be coming in instead of staying inside the captain's quarters."
That was the plan. I do not want something like this to happen again.
All right. He smiles and heads back to his post on the back cannon.
So Orlandus is gonna stay sort of like at the head of the ship to make sure like he can see what's coming either from the north or the east and south.
Okay.
East and west. Sorry.
All right. Nice.
But Lose is gonna be on the she's gonna be steering the ship, right?
Lose will be the at the helm,
Okay.
unless you want to take that position yourself. The captain's right to do so.
Okay.
Which-
I'll trust Lose because I've been rolling like poopy doopy, so I'm a trusting.
I didn't roll great, but then again, I was fighting. I was doing drills, so
That's fair.
narratively it worked.
That's exactly what Orlandus
I
is
mean,
doing.
I definitely purposely rolled real bad because
So,
You wanted to roleplay it.
as far as other crew members doing stuff, if you're on deck, you'll see everybody kind of go to where they were stationed before. But oh my god, why is my brain not working?
Ikenthal.
Yes. Comes back up on deck, ties a rope to the mast, then ties that rope to his backpack, and then goes flying off the edge of the ship to where the tentacles kind of struck on the sides of the craft. And you see him start pulling stuff out of his backpack, and you can hear hammering and kind of like, other kind of shipwreck shit happening.
Cool guy.
Oh, if he's patching up the damage to the ship, I think Casty would help with mending since she
Okay.
picked up that cantrip.
Oh yeah, you see him like
Hell yeah.
in some parts like casting mending as well. And if you come over to ask where he needs help, he'll kind of like point to the front where Paulton was getting slammed, and also the middle of the ship where it was kind of getting shook a bit, and kind of tell you how to do it. And you realize that as he's kind of explaining to you and working through the process with you, just mending something like in your mind, you're like, as you know, the kind of young caster that you are, in your mind is kind of like, yeah, that's a fix. He's like, no. Just putting the wood back together isn't going to help. All of the tar has been knocked off of it. You can't mend that. And also, if you just mend 2 pieces of wood together, that doesn't deal with all the splinters that got out in the way. You're fusing a piece of wood, and that's great and all, and it's helpful, but it's not everything. And he says, like, as he kind of pulls one of the planks off and kind of holds it up to you with its like broken portion, kind of like takes a little bit of like, medium to kind of like fuse it, create a new like, plank, and then like, starts kind of tarring it over and getting it nice and set up. So you learn a bit about this process, and are now capable of not rolling carpenter tools as a skill. You don't have carpenter tools, but write this down on your sheet. If anyone ever needs help with carpenter tools, you can help as if you were trained. And if you ever are making a carpenter tools check, you can make it as if you were trained. You do not gain proficiency bonus yet, though.
Bro.
For all intents and purposes, you are carpenter toolsing, but you are not yet.
You're an apprentice.
Correct. Apprentice level of the tool. But yeah, you and Ikensoft kind of like just work at it throughout the rest of the day. There are 3 more squares for the day, so I need 1 roll of a d20 as we maneuver.
Who's doing it? Okay.
And I'm going to slip us to the map.
Oh no. Oh no, low is good. That's
Low's
right.
Great.
Low is good.
It's the best, actually.
Yes.
What did we get on that low?
We got a 6.
Okay. And that's not a 1. Okay, cool. So then I will pip us forward. And
If we roll a 1, does do one of the triumvirate come by and they're like, "You're doing a good thing"?
Yes.
No. on a 1, sometimes a random good happen chance will happen. It just depends on like what you do in response to what I tell you is happening. Like,
Okay.
for example, there's just as a hypothetical, a group was walking down a mountain. I had them make
Okay.
perception checks during that 1 roll. If setting a DC, they hit that DC and they saw like off the beaten trail away from where they're heading, kind of in the same hex, there's a shrine that appears to be on the back end of the mountain that's only visible from like a specific perspective that they happen to be on. They can go and check it out or not. They decided to go and check it out. It ended up being a shrine of some giant kin, and there was a marker on it that allowed them to like do something if they did a challenge. They didn't do the challenge, so they didn't get the effect. But had they done the challenge, they would have been able to turn large per the enlarged spell once per day.
Okay.
Or like that one time that we got yeeted off of Heroes area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then
then-
was it a Cyric stone?
Yeah.
An
Yeah.
actual
Fell
one?
from the sky. Yep, on the Friday
Yeah.
night. That was another
was
a
a
non-cursed one. And
That
then
was the 3rd time or 4th time that Avran got yeeted off of somewhere.
for the Sunday
Yeah.
group, they were chasing around the Flying City Flat, which you've seen off in the distance a few
Oh
times.
my god, yeah.
They rolled a 1 while they were taking camp, and they saw it coming down to land near them. So then, like, for the remainder of the morning, they were just huffing it towards where it landed so they could get it. And it was just fortunate.
That
So
was great.
at this point, at the end of the day, as it's coming to nightfall, you will see that up ahead, just like across the entirety of the horizon, you see, like, as you're watching, just slowly rising up over the horizon, this massive gray line. As you come to realize what it is a bridge that seems to span the entirety of the strait, some 20 miles or 10 or so miles ahead of you as you're kind of coming to nightfall. You could see a massive tower rising on the west, kind of in the middle of the strait. But the bridge is probably one of the biggest structures you've ever seen in your entire life.
Okay.
Some of you might have already seen it coming to Cardend from a distance away. It is known as a dwarf bridge. The name of the bridge is not known to you, and a history check won't really help because it's very, very old. It's said to have been built during the 3rd or 4th age, unless you already have it and got it from something else. I might
I
have.
don't think so, but even Lose wouldn't be able to roll for it.
So this would have been like it would have lost its name in the 3rd age, which was thousands of years ago.
Yeah. I just didn't know if, like, since elves
No, yeah.
From
and local elves.
The bridge has been used by humans more than often than late, like throughout Lose's life, and it's just referred to as the Dwarf Bridge because it was built by dwarves who came out of Mount Balthanir and were attempting to establish contact with the peoples of Ordris. But
from where we are, can we see the sky above this area here? This mountain?
Great question. I would say you would be able to see the mountain, but only like the tops of it. It doesn't look like you're able to see much beyond. There isn't a massive skyship that's noticeable. I would say it would probably be the case that you can't see like in that direction, but kind of once night falls, there does appear to be a very massive star kind of in the northern direction of where you're at. It doesn't look like a star. It looks like a bright something in the sky.
Okay.
Like
That's
a
not
big orange flame burning out of the bottom of a mountain.
Is it reminiscent of a tongue?
No.
No,
It
never
looks
mind.
like
I have to get
it
it
looks
done.
like flap, but at night. It looks like a big ass
okay.
orange glowing thing that's causing a mountain to fly.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was headed when last we spoke with that crew. It's heading southbound. It's heading towards somewhere you don't know where. You'll probably be going underneath it in actuality.
Shit.
Which will make for a very easy random encounter roll if you roll it at some point during the night or the next day. Speaking of which, I need 2 rolls for nighttime. Asilius, Kieran, the night crew come up on deck. Hanild will take control of the ship during the evening time. And just one more roll. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Lose, due to your sleep cycle not being super massive, you'll be awake during the latter half of the night watch. Orlandis, due to your sleep cycle now being kind of necessary to remain long, you'll be unconscious during this time.
That's okay.
Absolutely fine. As you're passing underneath the bridge, the dwarf bridge, Lose, you would see that there are a number of pillars that kind of rise upwards. There's one pillar that appears to have been broken at the middle. The pillar's bottom does come up out of the sea. The pillar's top still hangs from the bridge, but there's this pretty sizable gap in between the pillar where like a chunk of it has been removed. It's dark. It's kind of coming to a point where the sunlight isn't really causing much of a change. It's like a little sliver of light on the horizon that you can't see because there's a big bridge in the fucking way. But a little sliver of light on the horizon would be kind of casting kind of a glow to the darkness. Like there's like that very right before dawn kind of positioning is where we're at this point. but you would see that there appears to be a smoldering campfire of sorts on the pillar, like on the broken half of the pillar that rises up out of the water.
And about how high is this?
So the pillar rises up about 50 feet.
Yeah.
The stone architecture of it is sufficient for you to mentally kind of, decide that it's not going to be too hard to climb. It would definitely be something that you think Orlandis would have no problem with. You would probably have no issues with it. Cassia and Astrogoth would. Ravik would be the bee's knees for doing it.
Yeah. But they're all
Again,
asleep?
Orlandis is the only one that you're sure needs to kind of stay asleep.
Yeah.
He's the only one who you know for certain took a lot of damage. They did so at the beginning of the day.
At the end of the day.
Also, yes. So, again, you can let it pass and let it slide by, or you can speak to Honild and ask her. You're the first mate. You actually have control here, so you can tell them to do what you want. Bring me back to life.
Oh my god.
Save me.
Oh my gosh. Is someone up in the mast, and would they be able to actually see what's up on top of it?
Asilius, if you kind of yell up to him, he would kind of look down to you and say, "I've seen it. It's just one guy."
It's
Just a guy?
Yeah, I think I could hit him from here if you want. He smiles as he kind of readies his bow.
I don't know that we need to hit him just yet.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
does
Well-
he seem dangerous?
I don't think so. I'll keep an eye on him if you want. But if you're meaning to try and talk to him, you may want to stop the ship.
He's just in a really weird spot.
I agree.
Yeah. Stop the ship or slow it down at least.
If you head
You
back
need help?
to Honild will say, "I can slow it." Then she starts yelling commands to the crew. They start basically raising the sails so that it's just kind of coasting off of sea currents. And then she says, "If you'd like, I can turn it about and see if we can't just round about the pillar. That'll give you an opportunity to take one of the small crafts, move it over to there, and do as you please."
Yeah, I just want to check on him. It's just a really weird spot that he is at.
Asilius will tap an arrow across the thing. "I can send him a message." Kind of flips the arrow around so you can see the white tassel.
Yeah, that's actually great. See if he needs help.
Hits near him. You then see him kind of pull. Well, Asilius, because he's the only one up there, would see him kind of pull his hat off and kind of wave. Seems that he's gesturing for us to come. If you're going to go speak to him, I suppose you can just row over there. I'll keep an eye on your exchange just in case he gets salty.
Thank you. She'll
We're in the middle of the sea. We're already
think about- I
salty.
guess.
Yeah. So if you're going on a boat and heading over, are you taking anyone else with you? Obviously, it should be a good idea to take one of the night crewmen. I would suggest the Dwergar, probably the strongest of the group,
Ooh, yeah.
or Kieran, who's also really strong. So Orc or Dwergar.
Wait. If she goes alone, she can duel him if they fight.
She can duel him even if people are there.
Yeah,
okay.
as long as they don't interfere.
She could have dueled the Baron.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
was very close to doing that.
It would
but
have been
then-
really fun.
Yeah, the only thing we can do is just hum the Star Wars fight music while she's fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Because anything else would be cheating.
Well, I
Duel
was
the
also going to
Fates.
do it on my challenge him on my second turn, but then Orlando stepped in. Anyways, I'll take the orc.
Okay. And do you want to wake Ravik?
Yeah.
Okay. Ravik, you are awakened by Lose.
So a rat, an elf, and an orc get on a boat.
I feel like there's a moral lesson somewhere.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We'll find out.
So the point is you'll take the small boat, head over to the pillar. There seems to be a means for you to kind of pin a rope to it and tie the boat off so it doesn't go flying away. Ravik is able to climb ahead of you, pitten, and drop rope to allow for you to follow him up. And then Ravik, you'd be the first one to kind of breach the top of the pillar, getting up to see the individual. There's a campfire. There's a man who appears to be wearing a cape that's made of straw. It looks like it's kind of tucked around him to like keep him warm and kind of catch the heat of the flame. It looks like there's a large bag near him, just kind of a bright red color with like gold top and string that ties it closed. He's wearing a very wide-brimmed hat that looks like it's made of leather. Looks like there's a couple of feathers that are kind of hanging out of the cap, like the strap around the cap. You kind of secure yourself up at the top. Do you want to engage him before the others get up, or are you holding like the top of the climb before they get?
I'm holding the top. I'm just looking at him. Strange place to camp. Strange.
Okay. Lose will ascend next, kind of stepping up, brushing the dust off of yourself, and Kieran would make it to the top as well, kind of placing his hand on his pistol, or one of his pistols, as you kind of secure the top. Lose, you advance on the man.
Yeah.
As you approach,
Yeah.
you say, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, sorry. You're right up here.
As it looks like he's about to respond, the fire burning before him, the shadows that are kind of cast across the pillar stop. He starts to raise his head. His hat starts to show signs of a chin and a face, which will be revealed next session. Thanks for watching those that did, and we'll see you next week as we figure out who this guy is.
You piece of shit!
Thanks for watching.
Throws down into his face. What was it? Oh, I thought